Welcome everybody to Potato Place Gaming. Here we are playing Campaign 2 Episode 7. Lucky number, unlucky for you, Selena. Go to all cameras.
Go to all cameras already?
That's what we always do.
As always, we are playing for extra life, giving back, gaming on, playing game, healing kids.
I have my other hat.
That donation link is down below. It does go to our local Extra Life Children's Miracle Network hospitals. In our case, that is Stormont Vale.
Yeah,
And
thank
like
you to
I was-
whoever gave me the $100 donation that I'm trying to find out.
It said anonymous when I looked at it.
Thank you, Anonymous.
When last I just checked, we're averaging about $125 a month. So appreciate all the support for that. Thank you, Andreas Fantastical Filaments. He's the one who provides a bunch of the miniatures that we use for our games, not only here, but also in other campaigns and whatnot. Thank you, Julian at Astralgrave. He's the one who did our Potato Place Gaming logo. He also did our wonderful character portraits that you can see in our little lower thirds there, and it'll be rolling around the ad reel there. It's not a new month, so there's not a new calendar thing. If we're doing a thing, it's a $5 donation, and you put something about Falcon Punch, Captain Falcon, F-Zero even, I don't care. We will put you into a drawing for a Captain Falcon helmet made by our very own Harrison.
It's almost 10 years ago I made that.
We're going to do that drawing at the end of March. Anybody else have any other announcements before we go to that intro video?
I think so.
No.
Play that intro video.
Woo! Last we left off, Campaign 2 and our merry group of adventurers found themselves in a chase. You guys were fleeing the town of Hartmire, the settlement of Hartmire, the city of Hartmire, I guess I should say. You had been ratted out by a young stable hand and spent a little bit too much time haggling for horses.
It wasn't awful.
He
wouldn't
He
shut the
wanted
fuck
the
up.
best deal.
No, he just wouldn't shut the fuck up.
He wanted to make sure you got the warranty.
That I never bought.
You then, yeah, there's a chase scene.
Cue the Benny Hill music.
I went
I
down.
don't even want to wear that. I'm so
Yeah, you
I
sad.
went down again.
So at this point, it's
Yeah, you guys,
tradition.
it was kind of a tough fight, but you gained a new horse out of it. So then you ran.
Mhm.
You ran. Took a little bit of time, discussed the plan.
Run.
The plan was to go to the nearby city of Brimshire. By nearby, we mean about 10 days' travel. A city that also was home to Cersei and Cersei's two younger siblings. Over these 10 days, I remember, what did you guys do over these 10 days? Anything important? You killed a
A
rabbit.
lot of discussions were had. A lot of important conversations were had.
Got to know.
We had some interventions,
I
if you
don't
will.
remember what that potion
I
was.
think I just did a potion of healing. No, it was antidotes.
That's what it was.
I got to know Bean better.
That's
There was
right.
a couple of interventions.
Oh, yeah,
Two
that's right. I
antidotes.
named him Bean.
Bean.
And a med kit.
Well, I was thinking, I
You
was
did
like,
make it,
what's
yeah.
an unimposing name?
That's the same
It
concept.
doesn't cause suspicion whatsoever.
None.
Bean.
So I remember, so most of it was a travel.
There was a few conversations.
A few conversations. Watch last episode if you want to know what they're about.
No.
Hi, Sarah.
Hello, Sarah. You then made it to the town of Brimshire. You also were informed by Cersei about just a little bit of the history of the town of Brimshire. Very small trading post that kind of became its own little city. Really not too many people there. Definitely like less than 500, if not less than that. Maybe like 200 and below.
Less than 500.
It's on the, kind of on the coastline, so it's like kind of like your last stop before you get to Hartmire. The road there, a little bit treacherous. It's a known alley for pirates. Also, if you go a little bit too far inland to avoid the pirates, then you might run into the forest tribes, who are known to kill first, ask questions later. But you also did learn about Favian's uprising, which was the lord who resides over Brimshire. He is the founder. He basically didn't take a side during the war whenever King Leon rose to power, and by doing so was punished. So then he started sabotaging trade voyages, things like that were important to the crown.
Crown.
And after that, a garrison of troops was sent to stifle him. One of the members was Booker's grandpapa. I believe your grandpa and your grandfather, or your grandpa and your father both went, I think. Do you remember? I don't
From what I remember,
Your grandpa
my
definitely
grandfather was there.
Your grandpa definitely went. I think your dad...
Your dad, the stories from Grandpa.
And your dad also
and then,
served with another knight involved, Sir Ricard Cagno. So I don't think your dad would have been a part of this conflict. That was before his time. But he definitely served with Sir Cagno, who fought bravely in this. He's, as you know,
Well, that's why I was.
the best knight to ever knight. Very well respected, very well honored. Cersei, you know Sir Cagno in a little bit different of a light, more so as kind of a kookier old man who worked for the Church of the Nine, always wanted to do the best for people, was basically like a father figure to you after your parents were no longer a part of your life. He is who you entrusted the care of your siblings, Alikos and Sibel. Kind of hard to imagine him as a feared badass knight, because you only ever knew him as old caretaker.
Yeah.
So what you guys do know now is that Huter Favian, the founder of Brimshire, who kind of led that uprising, he is dead. He did end up dying of old age after being stifled by the Diamond Crown. His oldest son has been ousted as he kind of began to take up his father's old cause after he told them that he would never take up swords against the crown again. So once his son started doing that, he kicked him out right away and was like, nope, we're not having it. You are away from the family, exiled. His son has been rumored to be a pirate now in Ruby Row. So upon his death, Hewitt Favian, somebody that you probably grew up with, you knew him. He was a little bit of a lord, but he wasn't that bad. You definitely would have
Likes classical music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's you get it.
Very interesting.
There will not
There's
be
very
continued
many
bloodline,
interesting
maybe.
things about him.
Let's punch him.
I think.
We got tattoos. Well, some people.
Oh, we
got
found tattoos
Yeah.
upon ourselves.
Oh yeah, on the
Yeah.
left hand, I believe.
On our,
We're cool.
back of
We're
our
cool
hand.
kids now.
Not
No, I was
yet.
gonna buy
Elite
the
club.
image.
Yeah. So
You're just
just
not the
Were you the only one? You weren't the only one who didn't have one.
No, I'm
No,
sorry.
she was the only one.
another bit of
'cause I got a bird.
lore here.
You're right.
You
Bird.
you two would definitely know this, and you would know this. Huter, which was the founder, he is dead.
He did.
He has the
Yeah.
nickname of the Defiant Founder. His firstborn son, the one that was exiled, is called the Exiled Heir.
Mhm.
And
Bless
Hewitt is the Reluctant Lord.
Okay.
Nicknames that people don't probably use in formal settings or around them, but that's definitely the gossip amongst all the commoners and lords
The
and
lords
ladies.
and ladies.
My lord. My lord.
My lord. My lady.
Yeah.
I
So,
can smell that word.
as you did enter the city of
Smell the
Brimshire,
ass bodies,
I guess
great.
it's more of a village
Yeah.
than a city. There's like no walls. You were able to get to where you were going, which I believe you didn't go anywhere other than Sir Kanyo's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's as far as we got.
Well, not the only.
Can you
place.
turn off the?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Sorry.
you. Yeah, I think you just went there. Went to his house, knocked. Nobody answered. I don't think you looked inside of the window or anything.
I did. We didn't. It lights were off.
Okay,
Didn't see
yeah, it
anything.
looked abandoned, and that's when Sammy was pointed out to you 3 headstones.
Mhm.
So that's where we will start. Sammy, as you see these 3 headstones,
Jesus.
I turned it off.
There's
did you turn it into overdrive? My
It's
God.
like it's taken off.
I turned it off, so I don't know.
there's some stones back here with big mounds of dirt. Do you know these ones?
So you do turn and look.
I was gonna ask if I was after he pointed out if I'd see it. Then
It's a small garden. He has a pretty humble little space, more of a hut than a house. And yeah, you do look over in his garden and you do see like 3 mounds that all seem to be marked accustomed to graves.
well,
And you do feel also just a sinking feeling hit your stomach.
I'm going to rush up to the stones.
Okay. So you rush over to the stones. You see 3 grave sites, 2 a lot smaller than the others. They're marked pretty simply with wooden
Markers.
Yeah.
headstones, I guess you'd call them. But one does say Sir Ricard Canio. The other says Alicos Dantes and Sibel Dantes. As you take that all in, what'd you say?
At that point, I
Sir
dropped to my
Ricard
knees,
Canio
so
is
I'm on the ground
name of the
now.
knight that Cersei told you about. Alicos Dantes and Sibel Dantes, which Cersei probably would have told you were her siblings' names. So as you take all that in, what are you for doing? I know what you're doing.
Not quite sure what we should be doing in this.
I fell on my knees. Yeah.
Nope, no dates.
When did they go? Were they gone before you left? Are these not the same people?
Jesus Christ, Sammy.
It's okay if you want
It's the way you
to
say
a bunch of.
I don't.
I'm
We
just
said
I'm
that-
good. No, you
Oh no.
first. You first. You're more
We
important.
said that it's been about 2 to 3 years since I've been back here, right?
Yeah, maybe on the shorter side of that.
I
Maybe
was
like
just here
18 to 24 months.
about a year or 2 ago, and they were here.
Oh no. I'm sorry, Cersei.
This can't be real. And I'll pull out that little doll that I had in my pocket.
Okay. As somebody who has been part of many conflicts and many wars, you know this is the unfortunate side of leaving home. Many of your brothers in arms have returned home to similar circumstances or worse.
I just have 1,000-yard stare.
Where at?
Just over the graves.
How
I'm
nice
just.
is this garden?
Overrun at the moment. Like looks like weeds have kind of overtaken it, but some of the more, it is still a warm climate that you're in. Although the rain has seemingly kind of followed you guys here.
I'll walk over to Cersei and put my hand on her shoulder.
I'll just instinctively I'll turn around and acknowledge, but I'll just put my hand on his hand.
I just started druid crafting little vine headbands.
What happened?
How squeaky is the door?
What door? The door's locked.
Fucking emotional. Huh?
Okay, they'll hear me go.
All right, make a lock picking check.
He's unlocking.
Slide it or whatever it is. I don't remember.
Cersei,
Yeah.
19.
19. Yeah. So you do.
sorry. Unfortunately, these things.
These things happen.
You would probably hear it. I think that these two are probably preoccupied with Cersei, but you would see Locke open up the door and go inside.
I would gladly take the distraction. I'm thinking about other things, but
As
so yes, I would like
someone
the distraction.
who's lost people before,
Did you get it open? I don't
We'll
I
have them
think I
go in
might
and
have
do
a
I
bit of
don't
an inkling of what
want
you're
to deal
going
with
to.
all this right now.
I shouldn't have left. I should have stayed when they asked me to stay. But they needed me. We needed money. I need answers. I don't know if I'll ever get them, but I'm sure Hewitt, Fabian will maybe know something, or somebody in the village.
I'm sure we'll find the answers.
Thank you.
Sammy will get really low and close to the grave and put his ear to it. Then he'll put his ear up.
What?
Put his ear over there.
What are you doing?
They said it's okay.
Thank you, Sandy. Does the mound of dirt look fresh, or does it look like it's been, it's been a
Maybe
while?
a couple months. Definitely time for grass to kind of start growing over it. So we'll cut to you two as you do open up the door to Sir Canio's house. You walk inside and you see very humble abode. Looks like a small kitchen. A few tables with some chairs pulled up. Looks like they're usually place settings for 3. And then you do see a door kind of lead to a smaller room in the back. But you do kind of look and Locke, you kind of run your finger along the table and you see thin layer of dust.
Yeah.
Looks like this has been abandoned for a little bit of time. You're not sure exactly how much time.
Do I find it strange that even though they have passed, that the door was locked?
Make an insight check.
I mean, does
That's
it?
a 16.
16? I mean, it's
Wouldn't
not
be making a
uncommon.
big
They might have
secret,
died
like,
somewhere
quiet
else and they
sobbing.
just buried them here.
Despite how
I guess that's what I would
Does it-
start looking to
I was
see.
going to say, does it seem like there's a lot of the possessions left? Like, did they just close up the place? Or does it seem like it's been, things have been taken?
You guys can make an investigation check as you're in here.
Does that make sense as if they were like, oh, well, they're dead, so let's take all their things?
Oh, that's a 15.
I think that's also 15. Let me see. 14.
You do look around. It looks as if most of the amenities that you would have in a comfortable life have been left here. But as you look through the kitchen, that has been picked pretty well clean.
Like no food in the pantry.
No.
Silverware's gone.
Silverware's still there.
Silverware and dishes on there, just food's gone.
Yeah, food and like any like supplies.
Perishables.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys go into the back room?
Yeah, I will eventually
Okay.
after I do like another like
Sure.
meander around just to see if anything seems
Sure.
off.
As you guys do that, we'll cut back to you three. What are you guys doing? Cersei, make an insight check. Or just a wisdom check. How about that?
15.
15. Yeah, you can. You're used to staggering and stifling your emotions.
It'd be like a shock thing still, where I probably would.
Yep.
And
you
I'd
can
probably turn and see the.
push your emotions down.
Yeah, that would be good.
As you do gather your head, you kind of look up. It is the morning time. You look to the east and see the sun rising, and it does kind of make you think. As you do stare to the east, you look at the grave that's facing to the south. You do, with that check, have a clear enough head to remember that something doesn't necessarily sit right with you about how these graves are. You know that Sir Canio always wanted to be buried on hallowed grounds, somewhere within the House of the Nine. So being buried here in his own backyard seems a little bit out of place. You also know that it was his wishes that he would have been buried facing the north. It was a symbolic gesture to put the past behind him, all the war and killing that he did in the south for the Diamond Crown. He wanted to put all that behind him and face a brighter side. So that does just kind of make you think, whoever buried him didn't follow his wishes. Which he would have been the kind person devoting his life to these 9 gods and the betterment of everyone that most people would have allowed him to gain that last kind of wish to be buried the way that he wanted.
Well, this just isn't right in general, but it just.
Yeah, but that mixed kind of with the shock, it is just something to note.
Is there something wrong, Cersei?
It just.
Other than the obvious?
Jesus Christ. Glad I'm not out there with them.
Something just. Isn't right. For Sir Kanyu being such a respected person, for it to just be this hole in the ground with nothing more than this wooden. Is it like a cross or is it like a slab?
It wouldn't be a cross, it'd be just more kind of like a slab marker kind of thing.
It would be. It just wouldn't look like this. He wanted to be buried in a better place, and he's not even facing the right direction.
For most people, that probably wouldn't be that big of an issue, but for somebody like him, he did make it known that that's how he wanted to be buried, so it is a little bit different.
It just doesn't. Something just doesn't sit right, and I don't know. Something just isn't right. I feel it in my gut.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Well, let's take a better look around and see if we can find. Maybe we can find some clues.
If there's anything that you can salvage, you have my permission.
Well, I have these.
And as you do say that and kind of just look around, you would always kind of have your head on your shoulders, head on a swivel. You do look through the window and you see these two already going through.
Bloody hell.
I made these
Can't wait 2 bloody fucking seconds for us to at least.
I don't know what the favorite.
I don't like to
flowers
think
were,
about death, okay?
But I made a lavender one for
Make my life a living hell.
and I made a lily one for Alicos, and a tulip for Sibel. But I made you this one with white roses.
Thank you.
White roses are a symbol of hope.
Hope.
So I hope you'll feel okay after a while.
He's trying, bless him.
He is.
Thank you, Sammy.
Our friends are ransacking the house behind us.
Yeah, they.
I haven't ramsacked a damn thing.
Anything. I opened the doors to
Unfortunately,
We didn't hear this, but we didn't
And you do
ramsack
look
a
in
damn
through the
thing.
window and you see Vivian going through the silverware door.
Oh, I'll take
unfortunately,
No, I'm
this two's.
They're probably just looking.
I-
around.
The one that's
Distracting.
the one that's my responsibility, and the other one is now just
Just because
moseying
we were
along.
members of a thieves guild doesn't mean we were actually thieves.
Just because you were a
Oh,
bad
let's-
guy.
let's-
You
What's-
didn't hear any of
I
that.
know.
Well, let's
That-
just.
He
Let's just
heard it.
That's.
well, she's not. But anyway,
He's not paying
He's
attention.
a dumbass.
I can't believe
didn't
we're
hear
even
me.
going to say it. But
What?
I was
Did you not hear what you said?
well, no,
That's-
she's not part of the
Okay.
thieves guild.
Well, we should go help them do that.
Yeah. I'd like to
Anyway,
see if there's any-
as we are looking,
Yeah, so what are
I'm more
you
a
three
little bit
doing?
more
Are you
frustrated
three
because
going in the
you
Heading
house
into
now?
the
Wait
house,
two
yes.
bloody
Okay.
fucking
What's there to
seconds.
wait for?
So as you three do in the house, we'll come back to you.
It's
two.
not your house.
okay, you're not there.
Okay.
Um,
Well, how else were you expecting us to get there?
so
You're white.
as we are
No.
looking around,
Last time in a campaign, you guys searched a house. Leeward threw a rock through the window.
I know.
At least that didn't happen.
actually.
Why?
Yeah, and then I just broke into the house after that. I'm like, fuck it.
No,
I'm
I
already
was
over.
very upset about that, by the way.
Kicked down the door and
She was
said,
like,
"Surprise,
"Who the fuck
motherfucker!"
are these people doing?
All right, so as you guys enter the house, you do see Locke and Vivian in there.
so as we do that cursory going around, I do notice this back room. It's a door or two.
Yeah.
This is the part where we wait.
Sure.
Regroup.
You could have blight.
Cersei, as you walk in, you do see a familiar home.
I don't
Um,
Especially the morning.
The kitchen that you're used to, kind of a small sitting area. It's small. It's maybe the size of this room that we're in
Yeah.
right now.
I didn't bust through shit.
Looks comfy,
You know what
cozy,
I mean.
reminds you of home, but there does seem to be a layer of dust on everything.
This
Like,
is
Zoning
just
out
going
whatever
to be
this
harder
is right
because we're
here.
going to find
Looking-
more. So we
taking in
thought
the-
perhaps we'd give her a moment to mourn and be productive, so we could give her answers.
So everybody's in the house now.
yep. And you see Locke looking at the entrance to the bedroom.
What room is that?
Is it
Yeah.
the one bedroom? I'm assuming for the
Yeah,
kids.
you guys all share the same bedroom,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
you would know it very well. You know that when you go inside,
have to
there's
go in there yet. if you don't want
two like normal twin size beds and then a set of bunk beds.
Okay.
But
Hi, Mr.
from
Rock.
what you remember, there's the 4 beds in there. There's fireplace. Some like a wardrobe kind of area, but it's pretty basic.
No, I'm not ready to do this, but we are kind of wanted, so I don't think I'll have time to do this again anytime soon.
So I guess my big question is, we're trying to figure out what happened, correct?
That would be nice, yes.
It would be okay if I went in there, correct?
Well, yeah, I figured we were all gonna go in there, but like
Your
didn't-
friend didn't try to booby trap the bedroom at all, did he?
I wouldn't think that.
Yes,
he'd-
did you have any
I wouldn't. Would I have a reason to
security
believe
measures?
that he would do that?
But
Doesn't
also,
seem like the type that would
look, we
trap
know
things.
that people have already been through this house. I mean, some
Yes, but the
things-
door was locked.
Well, but maybe they locked it when they left.
That is my point.
How about I'll go real
But I
quick
mean, the other
and I'll
people
just
who went
I'll
through the
step in,
house.
and then once
They're trying to
I'll
cover
You search for
something up.
traps or anything?
Well,
I don't think
I definitely will.
I don't feel a
I feel
need
like they
to.
would-
So as you
Because-
begin to search for traps, Cersei
Not
just
to be,
opens up the door and steps in. You
I got
see-
blown up.
not to be rude.
I
I'm
got
in a
blown
place
up
of
10 days
grief
ago.
and shock,
You were trying
and
to
I
hide
also am
something that
familiar
we
with this
just
house because I
Yeah,
lived
so
in
Locke
it.
gets
So
down on one knee and begins to kind of presses ear to the door as Locke, you hear and look up and see a hand push the door open.
Yeah, I got blown up. I was
Cersei.
trying to be cautious as fuck.
You do walk into the room.
Yeah.
There are no traps.
Okay.
But you do see the bedroom that you remember. You see the bed that you used to sleep in, the bed that your two siblings used to sleep in. It's a bunk bed. And then you see Sir Kanyo's bed.
Murdoch.
You see the usual like accoutrement in there.
This is
Very
gonna sound like a very
unassuming.
strange question.
Went up to him.
Are the beds? I know my bed probably would be made and untouched, but are the other beds made, or are they like all thrown about?
They are not made. And as you do kind of look around, the wardrobes seem to be kind of open. Like somebody came in here and opened them up, and kind of like a rush is kind of what you get.
Does it look like people were packing some bags?
Yes.
I heard him. I don't know where
I think they were gonna go somewhere really fast.
I just wish I knew where, because I hadn't heard from any of them after I left. I just kept sending letters with money, and I never
Well, I
because
don't
we were
think
always
they
on the
made it
move.
very
Well,
far.
Other
Not
so
laughing.
so it's something definitely agreeing with you is something doesn't quite add up. Why
Can
would
I
there
look in the
be?
wardrobe while we're
Why would there
discussing
be
this?
somebody packing to leave quickly?
Make a investigation.
But also,
check.
it's would it be
That's so
possible that maybe they faked their own deaths?
I don't know. I
There's one
I don't
way to
know.
determine that.
I mean,
don't think we want to get into that right now.
it's not good. It's like a 7. It's not good. I'm grief
She's
stricken.
probably going to be a little bit more.
What'd you get?
if we
A
do
7.
that.
It's not great.
That's enough. As you do kind of look through the wardrobe, you don't see. You see most of their clothing are missing. Look like they've been taken. It's a pretty empty wardrobe, but you don't really find anything.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, with that and the fact that he's buried in the wrong spot, I don't know.
So he's what?
I forgot they weren't. Circe and Selena forgot that they weren't out there for that.
Oh, well, that's very natural that you would say something like that out loud, and he would know what you're talking about.
Sir Kanyo was a very respected man here, and he had specific wishes for when he passed on. Some of them being, buried in hallowed ground in the area of the 9 gods, and that he wanted to face north.
Yes.
And he's facing like the opposite direction. He's got a shitty gravestone. He's not on hallowed ground, at least that I am aware of.
You know that he would have wanted to have been buried in the actual cemetery at the church.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So I don't know. I mean, I hope that they're still alive.
Is there a church to the 9 gods in this?
Is there one in the city?
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
you said
it
he
is.
was.
That direction.
Well,
You said
then
he
You
was
definitely know about that
well-respected.
church, and you know that
Someone knows
besides
what
Sir
happened.
Kanyo, the place is ran by Sister Morrow. You definitely know Sister
Do they
Morrow.
have any
No.
enemies?
I would imagine that
You
he,
know that from the stories that are told
Yeah.
about Sir Kanyo, he has probably a lot of enemies.
in his
So-
youth, he probably was. Now that I'm starting to realize the
Booker.
stories he told were
You know
Sure.
from the stories that you were told, he probably has a lot of enemies.
But I can't imagine.
Does
This is
Lancelot
just-
have enemies? Think of it that
None
way.
at all.
What did you say the sister's
so-
name was again? I'm so sorry. I forgot to write it down.
Sister Morrow. Marrowe.
So one piece of information that we and you're not going to like this. And you don't have to watch or anything, but we might just dig up one of the graves and see if there's actually a body there.
You know what? On the off chance that my hunch in my stomach is wrong, what?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
To see if you're able to hold it together. This is a lot of
Wisdom
information coming to you.
That is a mod 20.
Okay. So you do kind of feel your head get light-headed as all of this information takes you.
Like, is it
You
like
seem-
fainting lightheaded, or is it?
You seem like you might need to sit down.
I don't. Something doesn't. I need to sit down.
Well,
So you do sit down
Yeah.
at the head of Sir Kanyo's bed.
I mean, we can just give you a bit of a moment, and we can, while we go see if there's an actual body there.
You find a little bit of comfort of sitting in this room.
Yeah. Why don't you guys do that? I'll be fine. If I need anything, the door to the shack is open, and I'll scream.
Why don't I
Alright,
stay with her? I'll stay with her. It's fine in
that's
case she
fine.
needs anything.
That's fine.
I'm not very good at manual labor, so.
So
Me neither.
who's going to dig up the body?
Oh, I'm definitely
We already know the answer to that question,
You-
Mr. Skeleton Foot over there.
Are you two going
I will be there for emotional support.
for the body digging?
I've got 10
All right.
strength. It's average, but best.
I mean,
Are you going to?
I know everyone wants to comfort
I
Cersei,
have
but someone's got to dig up the graves, and it ain't gonna be her.
It's
the thing-
not even comforting Cersei
I'm not
first
very
walk
strong
right
at
now.
all.
the only thing I'm worried about is if I can find the bloody shovel.
Go over to Mama.
There would be.
I imagine in one of your traveler's packs too, you might have something that would work.
Yeah, if he had a garden, there's
You
probably
could find a shovel.
some tools.
I'd say.
I
I've
might
got
have
a
just left
sickle.
it
We can cut the dirt out.
I don't think that's
Seriously?
quite a good
I'm
idea.
joking, of course.
Do you mind if I look around and see if he might have left you a note or something?
That's fine.
Where do you look?
Well, first I'm going to check this room because I've already meandered in the other room.
Okay. You make an investigation check as you're in here. So as you two go out and start digging,
I'll keep a lookout because I think it
Yeah,
might be a
I
little
mean-
weird if people come by.
Yeah,
and
I was going to
carry
look around and
things
just make
razor.
sure there's not somebody just standing there
Sure.
watching this.
so which grave are you digging up?
I'm probably going to dig up Sir
Kanyo?
Kanyo's first.
Okay. So as you do begin to start digging, you get a couple
Since
feet
I
down.
think
We'll get
it's
back to Locke
A little
here.
bit more
16.
appropriate.
16. You don't find anything note related.
Okay.
You don't really find anything out of the ordinary. It looks like a room that's been ramshackled and all the essentials pulled out of it.
Okay. Nothing like hidden.
No.
Yeah.
After I check this room, I will do another
Nice.
more thorough in the other room since
Sure.
people came in and was like, "You just broke into this place."
I just want to be in it. I just want to say I
Go
didn't
ahead
say
and make an
that.
investigation check for that also. So as you two dig, you're on the lookout. Just make a perception check.
Yeah, 19.
19,
Didn't break it.
You do see
I mean,
further down the road, maybe like an eighth of a mile or so, a few men on horses pull up and they begin to just kind of observe what you guys are doing from a distance, but they just are observing.
I don't have high charisma.
They're pretty far away, so it's kind of hard to make out any details.
I have +1.
Yeah.
I don't have the highest.
Re-upped it if it had faded.
We're level 2, it's
Homemade
fine.
Roisin. Okay.
There's time.
Yeah.
It also doesn't fit your character to be extremely charismatic.
Right.
I'm gonna do my
that's
best.
what I'm for.
I'm gonna do my best to take on the
Oh,
persona
sorry,
of
Snort,
a
sorry.
gravekeeper.
Sweet baby.
Oh,
Your
yeah,
hat?
Undertaker.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look
Sure.
a little like I'm not gonna change what I look like. I'm just gonna change the way my face looks. Like I'm just like so pissed off.
Sure.
You're gonna look like
Doable.
Sure.
So as you get back to you,
That's going to be an 18.
18, you do
Dig the
kind of
grave
look around the
faster,
room.
boy.
You really, really take your time with this one. You don't find too much. Really nothing.
Okay. Just trying to do some sort of comfort by seeing if there's anything like that.
What are you two doing while Locke's looking around?
Well, I mean, I'm here if you need to. I know it's impossible to talk about any of this.
So comforting.
Listen, I fairly recently lost people very important to me too. So I just want you to know that I know it probably doesn't seem like someone could possibly know what you're going through, but I can assure you that I can understand the impossible feelings that you're probably having right now.
I appreciate it. I'm just gonna kind of like reach out and like just run my hand over like the bedposts of the bunk bed.
Yeah.
And sometimes the best thing you can do is when we find out who may have to, and maybe they'll be okay. But if they're not, sometimes the best thing you can do is focus on what you are then going to do to the people who did this to your loved ones.
So
I
as
didn't
these
say my
words-
advice would be good.
As these words do hit you,
But it
revenge
does not.
doesn't sound bad. Sounds pretty good right now.
Listen, I didn't say it was going
This
to
is
be
when
fluffy.
she
You
multi-takes
do
rage
kind of
again.
just take a moment and kind of go around the room, really reminiscing. You remember, you can almost hear the laughter of your young brother and sister. They'd be about,
Generic child.
yeah, your brother would be about 10, your sister would be about 8 now. It's been a few years since you've seen them. Too young to die. You do go over your bed, and then back to Sir Kanyo's, and just the lightheadedness kind of hits you again as you do sit down and you do lay down. You feel almost like a little like change in pressure, like a gust of wind come from kind of underneath the bed, as you do in your hearing when probably are as you lay down on it.
You're right.
Why can I feel a gust of wind from under the bed?
What?
Here,
I
sit.
didn't-
And I'll move over. Do you feel that gust of wind coming from?
Do I feel a gust of wind?
As you do sit down, you feel maybe a little slight breeze
It
coming
feels
from
a
under the
little
bed.
odd. It does.
How's it coming from under the house?
Maybe there's a tunnel.
Okay, well, carefully, because I'm
You
there.
said that he
Secret
was
tunnel.
a man with a
Damn it,
past.
man, we're getting there.
You said that he was a man with a past. Maybe there's a, I don't know, clue under the bed.
Maybe. Just I'll get up and
A distraction would be really good right now. Let's find
scoot
out.
the bed.
So you scooch the bed. There is a
I
rug.
tried my best to help. I'm not very
You can
strong.
get it over. It's
What's
not
the
a
rug
very
under the bed?
heavy bed.
I have
There's
a
going to be
Well, there's a rug over the
Oh,
entire.
it just like goes over. Okay, I thought it was just this little.
And you do flip open the rug and you do see a hatch. You never knew it was there.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. Why?
You've never laid down on Sir Kanyo's bed, so you would have no.
Well,
idea.
yeah, no.
He put it down there. Just
Bro's
for
got some
ventilation.
outdated
Some
box
people need to
springs.
sleep in
It's
the
hot.
Well, yeah, it's nice to get the nice wind, cool your driplets the other night.
I could. Is it locked?
Do you try to open it?
I would. I think I'd rather wait for everybody before
If you would
we,
not, yes.
because I want to know what's going on, what they find out there, or maybe.
Yes.
Booker, just so you know, people are watching what we're doing.
So as you do look out the window, these two haven't gotten far in digging at all.
I think I'm just going to open the window and I'm going to say very softly because would I see the people in the distance kind of looking?
No, the way that
Okay.
you're looking, no.
I would just. There's a hatch in the floor. Just stop. Let's just take a minute.
Why are we whispering?
I'm not trying to whisper, but I'm like talking softly out the window. I don't want to yell that.
Wait, could I hear you?
He could hear you. Sammy could.
Oh, she
Lock.
said there's a natch.
Oh, you're digging.
There's a
hatch.
No, not.
Latch.
No,
Lock it.
there's a hatch
I'm
under
just-
the
Lock is out in the
bed.
main
I'm just in
room.
another
She
room.
said there's
Lock.
a hatch under
Oh,
the bed.
there's a hatch.
I get that.
Lock.
Okay.
I get that.
There's an hatch downstairs. So what are you doing? As you
Well,
guys hear this, do you guys stop digging?
Later. Let's go inside.
No,
So Sammy, as you do look down and see these,
no, Booker, keep
like-
digging. She needs answers.
looks like there's about 3 guys on horseback just kind of watching you.
Look,
As you hear Cersei open up the window and say, "Inside, there's a hatch." What are you doing?
I kind of look over at them. Do they do anything after? Okay.
They're just watching you.
I think somebody
What do
should
they
probably
look
still
like? They
watch.
just look like guys on horseback.
They're probably like, who are these
I mean,
people?
They're pretty far away. It's hard to make out any details. But they do seem to be at crossroads, just kind of looking in your general direction. Like,
well, I think
Observing.
as long as we don't bring any more attention to ourselves, we'll probably be okay.
says
We've
the
got
man digging up a
attention.
grave. So you made it probably about a foot deep right now. You haven't made it too deep before Cersei calls your attention. Do you keep digging or do you go inside?
You don't need everybody.
I mean,
yet.
Just go to the window and see what Cersei's doing.
but I mean,
This is such a weird.
what
You're making
do you want me to do?
out
I
of
mean,
character. You're making this situation look even weirder because you're saying you're going to go stand at the window and look in instead of just coming in.
You don't need everybody to go open the hatch.
Well,
No, but-
no, not necessarily, but anybody who wants to be there.
I think you should keep digging.
I mean, I'm just gonna. I mean, if
You make the
if they're
judgment
not-
call.
if they're not-
I'm going to
if-
open the hatch with or
If
without
they're,
everybody.
if they're far enough away that they can't tell who I am or anything about me, then I'm just going to keep digging
just
unless
a
they start getting
man.
closer.
Digging up a grave.
In a house,
all
In a
they
yard
know-
in a
that's
house
for all
that's been
they
abandoned
know-
for months.
for all
There's
they
nothing
know-
suspicious about that.
For all they know, that I might have been hired for this.
Okay, so we figured out who's coming and who's not. Locke, are you doing
We were
Yeah, I'm
told
already in the
to
room.
remove the.
All right.
We were
So
told to spin it. It was placed in the
Sammy,
wrong
just keep
position.
watching outside.
you three
I'm watching.
go inside.
I
What
am the gravekeeper.
as you guys are inside, as you two continue to dig and you continue to observe, what are you guys doing?
I'm just gonna. Well, first, is it a
Is
locked
it
hatch?
locked?
Nope.
Because
I'm
I was
gonna-
going to use my key, so he didn't even have to make an effort.
I'm just gonna open it.
You open it up. There's a ladder that goes straight down into a dark tunnel. Doesn't look like it goes down too far. You can see the bottom of it. It looks
Okay,
like
it's
maybe
just
goes.
dark. It's,
Looks like maybe goes down like 7 feet, 8 feet, something like that.
there's a ladder and goes down or something. What do we do?
Is there anything on the back of the hatch, like any writing at all?
Nope.
I think that's up to you. We can go down there.
Well, yeah, but I don't want to go down there.
I don't think there's
outside.
any. Well, what could
But what if
be
it's a
done?
tunnel and we?
Well, we won't go. If it's a tunnel, then we'll wait.
Okay.
But maybe
Does anybody have anything for lights?
I do.
I
I
have a
think.
torch.
I think
think
we
you
can
all
do
have
something
torches.
with
Yeah.
prestidigitation
Oh, then never mind.
too.
I think you can light candles with that.
Light or snuff out a candle.
Then never mind. We'll just
I have
light a
10
torch.
torches, apparently.
Or if there's like a lantern.
It's a lot of torches.
Or if there's like a lantern or something in the room that I can take down.
There's
whatever.
probably small candles you could take.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
Okay, so you do light the candle and you go down.
I mean, I can just to make sure there's nothing down there, and then if I'll come back up right away. I mean, or you guys
Right.
come
No,
down
we'll,
too.
we'll go with you.
Okay, then yeah, I'm gonna go down.
Yeah, you get down to the bottom as this space does get illuminated with your small candle. It is dark. Pretty small room, maybe like 8 feet deep, 4 feet wide, something like that. Just a little storage area. You didn't know Sir Kanyo had this though. It's pretty empty. You look around. There's lots of dust, like years worth of dust.
More dust than was upstairs.
Oh yeah, way
Okay,
more
yeah.
dust. Looks like
Very kind.
that's going to take you a couple of hours to do that down here.
I'm ready for it. If we find something important.
There's really not too much down here, except for in the far side. You do see a sizable chest.
Like, so it's just an empty room with just a chest in it, basically, at this point. There's no
And you-
papers or anything really.
Nope. You look at the chest, and the chest does have close to an inch of dust on it. Looks like it's been years since somebody's been down here.
And it's hungry.
Why you gotta ruin these moments?
You said he
with
was
your
a
mouth?
knight, right?
That's what he would tell us. I mean, but
I wonder if that's... Oh, nod at the chest. I wonder if that's where he kept all of his stuff.
would you mind at least clearing the front of the chest so we can see if there's any
Prestidigitation.
writing on it?
Yes.
It'll
I know,
take you a
One
couple.
cubic. No, 1 cubic foot.
It's a pretty big chest.
Not. I don't need her to do the whole thing just,
Just
to see
over
if there's
the-
any.
No,
Yeah,
one cubic
just
foot
enough.
every 6 seconds.
It'll take
No,
you.
it's instantaneous.
It'll take you about a minute.
It's 6
Well,
seconds.
6
in
seconds
action.
as an action.
I know.
It'll
Yeah.
take you about a minute to get
I
the
mean,
entire.
I'm just doing it
front of
enough
the-
so she can see if there's any writing on it, which you would be able to see if I just did one part of it.
Okay, so you do one part of it. And you don't see any writing on that one part of it? Do you do the rest of it?
If she wants me to, yes. I'll
That'd
just
be
go.
fine if it doesn't
you-
put you out.
Yeah, it takes about a minute to
No,
get
I
the
just
entire
sort
thing
of-
done.
Circe wouldn't know how that works, but
How's that go?
that's why. she
There's
said
Take
really
about 6 minutes
nothing on it.
to undust the whole thing.
it's
I
not-
wouldn't-
it doesn't have
I'd say
like
it'd take about a minute.
Okay.
does it
Well,
have
we
like
just
a-
want to make sure there's no like weird runes that would lead us to believe that it's
You can make an investigation check
Creepy.
as soon as you get it all cleared off if you want.
yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
I will investigate.
I think you two are the only ones down there at the moment.
The Locke came with us.
Yeah, I
I'm
thought
down
Locke
there.
did.
Okay, well, whoever would like to make an investigation check on it.
15.
12.
16.
You don't see anything on it. What you do see, however, Locke, you see next to the slot that looks like a key would be entered. It actually looks like this has 3 or 4 locks on it. But you do see what looks to be a diamond. You would definitely know it's
Symbol of the diamond
It's the
crown.
symbol
I
of the
would
diamond
too.
crown. You would know that also. I think that everybody would actually know that.
Maybe not him,
Maybe not you.
but
maybe.
you're not down there.
Oh, this could
I
be
haven't been in the material plane for that.
very important.
Like I said, if he was this knight, if he
Well-
was living here as just retired and
He would keep the things that were valuable to him.
you would
And
keep it
you
out
know-
of people's hands
Yes.
where they didn't play with
And
it.
if anybody should have it or see it, it's you, Circe. I mean, he didn't have anybody else, did he? I'm starting to
Not
say
that I
anybody
know
like
of.
Chris.
You would have been fond of a lot of people in this area, but none of them have their family living with him like you do. So you would definitely be
And
top of that list.
if
Sorry.
God's willing, they're somehow alive, we'll know soon enough, we can return it to him. Well,
How are we going to open it? It's like
Well-
locked with 4 locks.
I have a
don't
key.
recall-
I have a key. I can
And
try.
as she does do that, you see this almost
Oh, the bean.
snake kind of slither and turn into a key.
Bean can help.
Hopefully, it's not powered with holy magic.
Oh god, yeah.
Well,
What are you suggesting about Bean?
I've seen what he actually looks like. You know what I'm suggesting.
Oh,
So what are you guys doing?
well.
I'm
you know
gonna
Bean
I'm
is-
gonna let Bean do his thing and see if we can open it.
Do you try?
I'll try first because if I can't do it, he can try. But
Make a
do you
sleight
want
of
to
hand
check that? Do you know how to check for if he's a triggered by? Do you know what I mean?
I know how to check for traps of the physical variety.
Should we check for those, or do I just start using
I-
my key?
Man, he might have.
I mean, I was always
just
told
don't
not to
want
just
to-
stick your key in a hole.
I'll stick my key in the hole then.
I said not, but okay.
Oh,
So as you do, stick the key in the hole. You make a sleight of hand check.
I'm not
don't
very
break
good
Bean.
at this. Well, Bean can't really break. I
Well,
can.
I don't know that.
You can add your proficiency bonus since you're doing it with.
Oh my god, this is crazy.
I don't think that's nearly enough.
Tell me what the number is.
6?
Nope.
You're going to have to teach me how to get better at this lock.
Yeah, but I can choose your key, and I'll pull out one
You
of my.
could.
Nah, last time I did that, I went down.
While he's doing that,
Can I try try again, or does it hurt Bean?
reminiscing, would I have remembered like him carrying around any keys or anything, Zirconio, or mentioning
Probably
any keys?
not. Nope.
Okay.
You have no idea about this.
Well, okay.
But I'm not allowed to try again. It's just
So basically, that check encompasses all of your times
attempts
trying.
to do it.
Yes.
I'm so bad at it. I'm sorry.
So, once I find out the key that's supposed to open everything isn't working, I go with my little set of thieves' tools and
Sure. You go ahead and make a check.
I appreciate it.
I don't
That's
have that
a
bad. It's,
mod
I
20.
still have +1.
So mod 20, you get the first lock open. no
Okay, I'll
problem.
try the second one.
You
We'll just
move.
take
Nope,
turns.
that's for all the.
Oh, good.
That's for all of the
goody.
locks. You do make your way to the second, get it open, third, and forth do take you a bit longer.
Bean, we need to
So
practice
it's probably been like close to 20 minutes. So you two do continue to dig, get further and further down. At the end of the 20 minutes, you do see the few horsemen just kind of look, and then they begin to kind of trot off back to where they came. So you're no longer being watched.
Okay. I think someone knows we're doing things. Well, they might be going to talk to people.
I want them to surprise me, but that just means that hopefully I can figure out what's down here first before they come back.
You do get a few feet down. You're maybe about 3 feet down now.
I'm gonna come.
Digging takes a while.
I was hoping that these were shallow graves, and apparently they're not.
Sorry.
You've dug at 3 feet and you haven't found anything yet. So you do click the last lock, and as you do lock, you do.
Who would have thunk
Do
it?
you open it?
I'm going to let Cersei open up the locks after I hear the sound of it unlocking.
So
Just in
Cersei,
case
you
there's
stick
a
your
trap.
hands on there, and there are 2 buttons on the side. And as you do so, like the entire thing, shakes a little bit just from the vibration, and you see like the dust kind of go off of the diamond encrusted symbol on it again. As you do open it up, you look inside. We're going to go to break.
Visit potatoplacegaming.com. There you can see our scheduled events. You can see our latest streams. You can get to our archive. You can get to our wonderful Extra Life page. There you can donate. We're playing games, healing kids, giving back, gaming on. We'll see you guys after the break.
The Jewel Isles, a realm steeped in ancient magic and political intrigue, witnessed epochs of turmoil and transformation. In the primordial era, Leviathans and Titans shaped the world's foundations before giving rise to giants who brought order to the chaotic seas. As civilizations flourished, the Dragonborn emerged, revered for their draconic lineage. However, their prosperity led to envy and conflict. William Cordoba's rise saw the extinction of the Dragonborn under the Cordobas, marking an era of ruthless rule and suppression. After Cordoba's fall, Lambert Leon usurped power through cunning, heralding an era obsessed with dragons and dominance. Lambert's decree for a diamond dragonborn bride sparked intrigue and suspicion, culminating in a marriage of his firstborn son and the diamond dragonborn. Amidst political machinations and whispers of ancient powers, the Jewel Isles stood on the brink of unrest. The quest for the Diamond Throne, fueled by bloodshed and manipulation, continued to shape the fate of the Isles, where alliances were forged and broken in the relentless pursuit of power and legacy. In the distant past, a vast and turbulent sea dominated by ancient leviathans and titans stretched endlessly. These majestic beings, embodiments of primal forces, shaped the world's foundations. From their essence emerged the giants' wise and powerful creatures, guided by prophecies and visions. With their magic and courage, the giants transformed the chaotic sea into islands and mountains, bringing order and stability. They became revered as the architects of a new world where life flourished amidst the echoes of primordial creation. As the giants began to settle into their new domains, conflicts inevitably arose among them and their primordial progenitors. The once unified effort to shape the world splintered into factions vying for dominance over the newly formed lands and seas. What started as disagreements escalated into full-scale war, where titanic battles raged across continents created and destroyed in the throes of their conflict. The war was devastating for both sides. Lands trembled and mountains crumbled under the fury of primordial and giant clashes. Cities and civilizations rose only to be swept away by the tide of battle. Countless lives were lost on both sides as primordials and giants alike fell in the struggle for supremacy. Facing imminent extinction, the giants turned to desperate measures. In their darkest hour, they sought the aid of the dragons' ancient powerful beings born of fire and magic. The dragons, once revered as majestic guardians of the world, reluctantly agreed to join the fray. Their fiery breath and formidable strength turned the tide of battle for a time, pushing back the relentless onslaught of the primordials. However, the cost was high. Many dragons perished in the brutal conflict, their lives sacrificed in the service of the giants' cause. As the war dragged on, the dragons began to question the righteousness of their alliance. The cruelty and ruthlessness of some giants towards both primordial and dragon alike soured the dragons' loyalty. In their anguish and desperation, the dragons turned to their own creators, the elder dragons, ancient beings from realms beyond mortal understanding. These elder dragons, embodiments of cosmic balance and justice, answered the call of their creations. With thunderous roars that shook the heavens and wings that blotted out the sun, the elder dragons descended upon the war-torn lands. The arrival of the elder dragons was cataclysmic. Their wrath was swift and unforgiving, laying waste to both giants and primordials without distinction. In their wake, cities burned, mountains crumbled, and seas boiled. The centuries-old conflict came to an abrupt and brutal end, as the elder dragons reshaped the world once more, restoring a fragile balance to the ravaged lands. When the dust settled, there were no more giants, no more primordials, and only a handful of dragons remained. The once mighty civilizations built by giants lay in ruins, their legacy lost to the annals of history. The world, scarred and forever changed by the folly of war, now bore witness to the power and wrath of those who had shaped its destiny since time immemorial. After they ended the War of the Creators, the elder dragons laid down their bodies to form the very islands the Jewel Isles are formed of. From their bodies and the surviving dragons came dragonkin to settle the newfound lands. After the elder dragons ended the cataclysmic war, they merged with the land, forming the foundation of the Jewel Isles. From the surviving dragons came diverse dragonkin, settling these new lands. Guided by ancient wisdom, they built cities and monuments honouring their ancestors' sacrifice. The dragonkin flourished, forging alliances with creatures of the Isles, cultivating a realm of magic and peace. Dragonheart Grove, where elder dragon spirits resided, became a sacred sanctuary. Amidst the tranquility, life thrived in harmony with echoes of ancient conflict and the enduring legacy of their creators. For over 2,000 years, the dragonkin reigned over the 7 kingdoms of the Jewel Isles. After settling the lands, they welcomed men, dwarfs, elves, and other creatures from distant realms into their fold. This era was marked by relative peace, where the dragon gods held sway over divine magic, though the deities of other races also found their place, albeit subordinate. Historians hold varied opinions, yet they unanimously regard it as a golden age for Dragonborn. The ruling dynasty, known as the Draconis, favoured those with draconic lineage, bestowing lands, titles and wealth upon them. Details of this epoch remain shrouded, as much of its written history was obliterated by William Cordoba in his campaign to bring an end to this era. William Cordoba, driven by a fervent desire to eradicate dragons and their kin, led a revolution that shook the Jewel Isles to its core. The Dragonborn, favoured during the Age of the Drakes, became targets of Cordoba's wrath. Backed by a coalition spanning nearly all non-draconic inhabitants of the realm, Cordoba waged a relentless campaign to purge every creature with dragon blood coursing through their veins. The war was brutal and unrelenting, spanning 5 long years of devastation and upheaval. Cordoba's forces swept across the 7 kingdoms, laying waste to cities and villages alike in their zealous pursuit. Dragonkin, who had once flourished under the benevolent rule of the Dracones, now faced annihilation at the hands of Cordoba's armies. King William Cordoba, propelled by his ambition and the support of the populace, seized control of the Jewel Isles through sheer force of arms. With the fall of the dragonborn nobility and the eradication of their allies, Cordoba ushered in a new era marked by his dominion. The once peaceful realms of the Jewel Isles were forever scarred by the horrors of this conflict. The memory of the age of the Drakes and its dragonborn rulers faded into whispered tales and scattered ruins, while Cordoba's ascension cast a long shadow over the land. William Cordoba's rule over the 7 kingdoms endured for a century, marked by strict authoritarianism and the suppression of dragon worship. His death from old age passed the throne to his eldest son Henry, who continued his father's iron-fisted governance for another century. During Henry's reign, the realm faced internal strife. Raithran's rebellion weakened the unity of the 7 kingdoms, providing an opportunity for Henry's ambitious viceroy to seize power. The usurpation marked the end of Henry's rule and the beginning of a turbulent era under the new regime. Under Cordoba's legacy, the Diamond Games emerged as a brutal spectacle where kingdoms competed in bloody gladiatorial combat for the entertainment of the king. This vicious display of power served to distract and subdue the populace, reinforcing the authority of the throne through fear and spectacle. Cordoba's disdain for the dragon gods persisted throughout his lineage's rule. He deemed dragon worship an abomination and enforced strict penalties for its practitioners. Those who refused to abandon their faith faced severe punishment. First-time offenders lost their eyes, and second-time offenders lost their heads, reinforcing the harsh consequences of defying Cordoba's decrees. As generations passed, the memory of the age of the Drakes and the once prosperous Dragonborn faded into distant legend. The Jewel Isles bore witness to a new age of oppression and bloodshed under the Cordoba dynasty, where power was maintained through brutality and the subjugation of dissent. After the Second Sunder, a cataclysmic event that shattered the spectral continent, the Jewel Isles were thrown into turmoil once more. Raithran's rebellion, stemming from the Emerald Grove, sought to challenge the oppressive rule of House Duas over the Sapphire Shores. The rebellion culminated in the complete destruction of the Grove, leaving behind no trace of the once proud island realm. The annihilation of the Emerald Grove was swift and merciless, wiping out its inhabitants and erasing its existence from the realm. The reasons and methods behind its destruction remained shrouded in mystery, a puzzle that intrigued and baffled scholars and officials alike. In response to the devastation, King Henry's court issued a proclamation. Anyone who could provide credible information uncovering the truth behind the Grove's destruction would be granted the prestigious title of Lord or Lady of Hargrave. Additionally, they would be rewarded with control over the lucrative Sapphire Mine, a symbol of wealth and power within the Jewel Isles. The promise of such riches and status spurred adventurers, scholars and opportunists to scour ancient texts, delve into forgotten ruins, and interview survivors of the rebellion. Each sought to piece together the puzzle of what befell the Emerald Grove and why. The competition for the title of Lord or Lady of Hargrave intensified as rumours and theories circulated. fueling intrigue and ambition across the fractured kingdoms. Meanwhile, amidst the upheaval and uncertainty, the Jewel Isles trembled on the brink of further instability. The legacy of William Cordoba's harsh rule loomed large, casting a shadow over the land even as new contenders vied for power and influence. With the Jewel Isles plunged into chaos following Raithran's rebellion and the obliteration of House Duas, the stability of King Henry Cordoba's reign faltered. Sensing an opportunity amid the turmoil, Lambert Leon, the ambitious viceroy, plotted his ascension to the throne through cunning and deceit. Under the guise of loyalty, Lambert orchestrated a series of calculated maneuvers that swiftly eroded King Cordoba's authority. Through subtle manipulation and strategic alliances, Lambert sowed seeds of doubt and dissent among Henry's loyalists. Before King Cordoba could react, Lambert had secured the backing of key nobles, military commanders, and influential figures across the Seven Kingdoms. In a swift and unexpected turn of events, Lambert Leon's forces surrounded Henry Cordoba, capturing him without bloodshed. The once mighty king, now isolated and betrayed, faced the grim reality of his downfall. Lambert, praised for his astute political manoeuvring and the minimal loss of life during the coup, proclaimed himself the new ruler of the Jewel Isles. The aftermath of Henry Cordoba's ousting ushered in a period of minor skirmishes and clashes between factions loyal to House Leon and remnants of House Cordoba. The lingering tensions from the sudden upheaval simmered across the realms for 3 tumultuous years, as supporters of the old regime and the new establishment vied for dominance. Lambert Leon's rise to power was heralded as a triumph of diplomacy over brute force, contrasting sharply with the ruthless legacy of William Cordoba. His calculated approach to governance aimed to restore stability and prosperity to the Jewel Isles, while his predecessor's actions had left a stain of extinction upon the realm's history. As Lambert consolidated his rule, he faced the daunting task of rebuilding fractured alliances and reconciling a populace scarred by years of conflict and uncertainty. The shadows of past atrocities and betrayals lingered, casting a pall over the once glorious Jewel Isles, now navigating a new era under the banner of House Leon. House Leon's obsession with dragons became a defining trait of their rule over the Jewel Isles. Lambert Leon, having ascended to power through cunning and diplomatic finesse, firmly believed that dragons were the pinnacle of power and wisdom. He sought to revive the legacy of the extinct diamond dragonborns, mythical beings revered for their majestic lineage and potent draconic heritage. Despite exhaustive efforts to locate a diamond dragonborn suitor among the dwindling remnants of dragon kin, none had been found since their tragic demise at the hands of the Cordobas centuries ago. Nevertheless, Lambert decreed that the first in the Leon bloodline who remained unmarried would be wedded to a diamond dragonborn should one ever be discovered. This decree became a symbol of House Leon's determination to reclaim the lost glory of dragons within the Jewel Isles. Meanwhile, remnants of House Cordoba's reign lingered in the form of the 9 gods, deities imposed upon the region by the former rulers. These gods...
Welcome back. Let me check my mic. It is on. Okay, we're good. So as you do open up the chest, make a dexterity saving. I'm kidding.
As the chest tries to eat your face.
You open up the chest. First thing that catches your eye, you see a pristine set of plate armor.
Ooh. Oh no.
Yeah, it's very nice, kind of like encrusted with symbols of the Diamond Crown. There is kind of like a diamond-looking white shining cloak folded up alongside it. It's all folded in there very nicely.
I've never seen such a thing.
And at the bottom, you do see a very long sword. Looks like the blade is completely made out of diamond. You don't have any experience with magic, but this is giving off an aura. As you two both kind of walk up and see this also, you recognize everything in here.
Well, I'm not there yet.
He's not even there.
You're not?
digging a hole.
He's
Oh,
digging
yeah.
a hole.
So you two,
I mean, would
yes, you would.
okay. Oh,
You recognize the armor as being extremely similar to something you have seen somebody wear recently.
yes. Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
God, I hope so.
I know what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
The sword does seem foreign to you. Doesn't necessarily seem...
My
It looks very nice.
goodness.
It's also like, like the hilt is encrusted with the symbol of the diamond.
well, and I
crown.
would know. I mean, I'm a
You
magical,
feel
but
magic.
There's a lot of magic.
Where's your fan at, Nikki?
I think it's upstairs. I need to get that for the summertime. Oh, this reeks of magical power.
Reeks of magic?
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. When you become... Well, you're not here. I don't... Oh, my goodness. He must have had quite the skill to wield something like this. It feels... I don't even know if I should touch it. I
you
feel
see
like I might...
dust around in this, but it seems like the armor and the cloak and the weapon themselves have like no dust build up on them at all.
So that's all that's in there is just the weapon and the armor. There's not like anything underneath or anything like that.
Not from what you can tell.
Well, I don't suppose he would leave this behind, but...
Depends if he was in a hurry or not.
I don't know.
I mean, in the wrong hands, you could certainly do something with this sword at the very least.
Yeah, but where are we going to take it? We're on the run.
Oh, I think we should take it, absolutely.
So,
I'm not going to use... I don't even know if I can lift it, first of all.
I don't...
But I know somebody who can, who might be able to use it. Because
Sorry, I
he
can't
is-
use it.
He's quite strong. Booker
Sammy?
is. Booker, not you. You use tiny
I
knives.
said Sammy.
There's gotta be something
I
in
don't think
this hole
Sammy's
sometime.
not very...
I was joking.
He's very large, but I don't think he's very strong, is he?
I was joking.
Oh.
I
Sorry,
mean,
magic is overwhelming me. It's like...
But it's
you
going to
just
be
sort of get
easily
a tickle.
recognizable armor that people are going to try to take.
Well, yes, I'm not necessarily
From him,
saying
if
to
he's-
wear the armor. Nobody would do that if they had that armor at all, ever.
I thought that's what you were implying, that we should let Booker wear it and wield the sword around.
Well, but then he has it just in case. So if we get into a fight that we know is coming, then he could put it on. But more importantly, the sword, you can sheathe the sword.
Right.
I just don't think that we should leave it. Especially if it turns out that they're alive and then we can take it to them. If we ever find them. Which I hope that we do.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry if we don't.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good idea. It might paint our target even more.
I don't think our target could get any bigger, quite honestly. I think at this point, if we have an advantage, we need to...
I mean, if Booker
I
can
don't
wear
know
it,
what it does, but
if Booker can wear it,
but he's very
why
good
not
with
to?
with longswords.
But I do agree that we need to try to take it. I mean, I don't want it just sitting here in this house because
No. I'm
what's
surprised
gonna happen.
they didn't find it when they wrestled through here.
whoever went through the house,
They didn't lay on the bed. apparently.
they
Booker, you're about 5 feet deep now. Still haven't hit a body.
I don't think there's a body down here.
Let me help you.
That's a good
would
sign. isn't
would
it?
I have a general sense of what bodies are usually deep buried at?
You do
It's
know the
usually
phrase
like
6 feet under.
What's one more foot going
You
down?
do remember songs being sung. A lot about, death domain, bodies being 6 feet under. You do also remember one about a very distraught individual.
Hold me now.
Yeah, talking about being 6 feet from the edge.
There it is.
I just had to make sure that there wasn't some weird custom that I didn't know.
I mean, yes, there is, but it's not.
Right, but
just
I
if you
didn't
wanted
know.
to be buried a certain
I didn't know if in this world was the same world.
Yeah.
The 6 feet.
Please tell me you find a body, because
I
then
think-
I had so many questions about who said it was okay.
I got about a foot more to go, and if there's nobody, and then I'm gonna call it, and I think there's nobody here.
Calling it.
Go to it then, my man. Get digging.
I appreciate the enthusiasm.
It'll take you about another 30 minutes or so to get another foot deep here. It is kind of
Well, then
rougher,
we're
especially
going
as you
to
get
load
further down.
Digging
this
through
up.
clay and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There's nobody else. At this point, I'm like,
No.
just up to here, and like, there's not
Your
anybody else
shoulders,
out there. Is there?
Well, by
There's
now
Not
we can go
anymore. I
out.
think
Is
they
there?
went to find people.
All right.
Probably.
Well, hopefully they'll lay
Well, we can
ways
help
away.
keep watch. If you would like to help dig.
I
I mean,
am
we're
watching
outside by now.
still.
We've taken the stuff out of there.
I'm just also.
What are you
yelling
taking?
at you.
I wouldn't.
I would like to take the armor and the sword out of the cave.
It's very heavy.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to.
We'll do it together. I'm very.
You guys can all grab a few pieces of the
yes,
armor.
we'll
It's
just bits by
plate
bit.
mail, you got the pauldrons,
Oh, I know.
you got
I
the
hate it. I
leg
hate it.
pieces,
But what
you
I'm
have the
saying-
cod piece.
Can I hold the sword at all?
It's very heavy. You would not be able to wield the sword.
No,
You can
no.
hold it.
I can hold it,
You can hold it.
but I'm sort of like that, I
Just
suppose.
dragging it
So-
across the ground.
So what I'm
Like-
saying, if we move it up, I don't want
looks-
to take it outside yet because we don't, from our perspective,
We
we
need
don't
to-
know if they're being
You can
marched.
get it up to your bedroom.
Yeah, we'll just bring it up here and then we'll.
Oh, okay.
Do you kind of lay it on the floor, on the bed? What
I
are you
would put
doing?
it. I would put it on Sir Kanyo's, like lay it down on the bed.
Sure.
When we get some of the stuff out of the chest, there wasn't anything underneath it, was that?
Nope. As you guys take time to do that, you do get 6 feet under. Nobody.
All right. Well, Sammy, I'm bloody calling
You're a
it.
paladin, correct?
Yes.
Do you have that one ability that Ghost Hack used to use? I'll remind you of it.
He might not have be at high
Divine
enough to use
sense.
Yeah. Do you have that yet?
Yes.
Okay, I'm reminding you that you do have that.
All right.
Good and easy.
Could have done that instead of digging 6 feet. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
He could have actually.
Oh shit! I'm so sorry.
Well,
You chose to. Lucy didn't make you do it.
Well, how it reads is location-based celestial fiend or undead. If they're undead, then yes.
But it
I'll be able
also
to-
does hollowed ground, I believe.
Yeah.
Desecrated.
You can sense anything affected by a
Well,
hollow
it's certainly
spell.
not.
Which is hollowed ground.
It's certainly desecrated now.
So do you do that once you get down to the bottom?
Yeah, well, might as well.
Already there.
You don't sense anything. This does not seem to have been blessed by a priest. You don't sense anything like undead, fiend, celestial, anything like that. There's no
They were dead.
nobody.
I'm not.
I mean, just
Um,
because I'm thinking so.
There's also There's also 2 other graves if you want to take another 2 hours to dig up too.
I think this
Do you
kind of
think-
confirms it.
Oh,
I looked it over.
There are a lot smaller graves if it makes you feel any better.
they really put detail into it.
Yeah, no, I'm not sensing anything. It's just nothing. It just feels like somebody just made a hole and made it look like a grave. I have a good feeling that probably there's nothing in those other 2 graves. So I think we're
We
good.
have to check.
No,
Just
we're
dig
not-
to
we
the-
don't need to check.
Yeah, just dig to the side like Minecraft.
Horizontally, just sort of dig to the side.
No,
Chisel your way
Sammy,
through.
I've got bad news, Booker. You've fallen into my trap.
Hey!
I'm burying you.
Well, he does have a
Boy.
skeleton foot.
Just let the dirt shower over you.
Except he's very weak, so it's very poor.
I
Shove
can't
it.
He's getting hit by just
Yeah.
small pieces of dirt, and it's like, what do you do now?
I'm just kidding.
So what are you guys
You want
doing
help?
when you come to
I
that
need a little
conclusion?
bit help.
I'm just gonna hop down, and then you can just climb on me up because I'm taller than the hole.
He
Well,
is.
it's true, but what? I guess, well,
6
And as
feet,
you-
9
You
feet.
might have a little
As
bit of
you
trouble trying to lift
do-
me out. That's a good point.
As you do
Let's
begin to
that.
kind of think about that, he already is down in the hole with you,
Yeah.
and it is kind of uncomfortably being in this, 6-foot space with him.
All right, hold on.
It's not even a 6-foot space.
And
It's
he
probably
does
like
reach
a-
underneath you and kind of
It's my-
guides you.
You gotta step pretty high.
Climbing like a tree.
It's weird, but
okay?
you almost feel like weightless. As Sammy's just large frame does lift you up as you do find yourself up to the top,
A lot
and you see
stronger than you
Sammy.
look. Oh,
Oh, I'm
jeez.
just big boned.
You see Sammy boing, jump up and land on the top.
God, you make it look so bloody easy.
It's very kind of unsettling seeing a creature this large and gangly jump with that ease.
Well, doesn't he still look like a human, though, at this point?
Yeah, but like his
It really
actual,
looks like.
So weird.
his actual like form.
Odd-looking
6
man.
feet tall.
Yeah, but it's still a human
It's
just
like the
jumping
great-
out of a
you know
grave.
what
Just
I
kind of
imagine?
You're seeing Shaquille O'Neal do this.
No. You know what I imagine his body type is probably like? It's like the Great Khali, where it's just this
Yeah.
like sort
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Fantastic-esque, wide up tops.
I kind of imagine like from
Booker.
the Street Fighter.
Booker!
Yeah.
Oh, Dalcine.
Booker!
I'm just gonna put the.
So you guys go inside?
Yeah. Just
You
gonna
two
quick
do-
look, make sure there's nobody else that sees us.
You don't
and
see
then-
anybody.
Okay.
You don't see the men on horses that Sammy is
Right.
talking about, but you do go inside. As you do go in, a very small hut, go into this kind of bedroom. You do look around, very unimposing bedroom, 2 beds, a set of bunk beds, and then you do look on the ground and you see this bright gleaming armor.
Look what we
And
found,
it
Booker.
does
Lots
make
of
your
bit-
jaw drop a little bit.
Just a little.
The thing that really does catch your eye, though, is Vivian in her hands has this delicately crafted diamond encrusted, it's almost like the blade itself was made out of diamond.
Look what we found, Booker. I thought to myself,
Bloody hell.
if anybody could use this, perhaps it's you.
Well, that may be true.
It
but it's
feels
not
very
mine.
magical. No, but if he were here, I'm sure he'd want you to have it. We all think they're still dead, by the way. You should probably do.
That's, oops, sorry, I got a bit distracted by that's some really nice armor. Anyway, so I dug one grave and dug about 6 feet down, and I did not see anything. I'm fairly confident that there's no bodies there and that they're probably alive. At least hopefully.
The graves are fake.
Yeah.
Make a
So
wisdom
I
saving
think-
throw as he says this.
Ooh. 7.
You pass out and you fall
Oh,
in the bed.
heavens!
You fall in the bed. You do
There's
kind of
so
come
much
to, but you are having a time of it.
Jesus Christ. They're dead, they're not dead, they're alive, they're not alive.
Can I try to catch her before she hits the ground?
I would have fell back onto the bed,
Buds.
probably.
Sure.
But
Make
yeah,
a
that works.
dexterity
It's a
check.
good feint, everyone. It's a good feint.
Is it?
I think so. I mean, if
What'd you get for your
7.
7?
somebody
Okay.
were to tell me suddenly that my loved ones were alive, I would have a
16.
similar reaction, but nobody's.
Yeah, she does kind of begin to slowly fall, and you are able to catch her and softly lay her down on the bed in the corner. So as you two enter this room now, you two enter this room now, you do see one of the beds is scooched all the way over the side, and you see like an open trapdoor.
Oh, it's
Oh.
a hatch. Not
And that is the hatch that they
watch.
probably told you about out the window.
Yeah, that makes more sense. It looks like you guys
What
were...
did you think it was?
I heard
Well,
that.
I was just hearing it from him, so we're playing a bit of the
Sam, your-
messaging game.
Sam, your hearing is much better than that.
Well, I mean, I think I was like getting an echo from everything else I was hearing around me.
You do also remember you were distracted by the men on horses during
Oh.
it.
They were
I
that men
think
on
we need
horses
to
watching us
leave
outside.
soon.
I don't know how much more time we have before they come over and back with more people.
Yeah, they might be a little interested
And
to
if
see
they
if
Do you do anything with the armor? How much would you like me to indulge you about the armor? Because you would know a lot. Do you want me to say that in front of everybody, or do you want me to come whisper it to you?
Or do you want us to leave the room? That way he doesn't have to whisper it.
Or they can just earmuff.
I mean, it'd probably be easier for my earmuff, because I mean, she probably would know about it.
Can I hear it? Can I hear it?
You probably wouldn't know about.
I wouldn't know.
Okay.
You know
Okay.
the armor.
I know the armor.
I didn't know
You
how
also
much.
know the armor. But you
It
guys
is-
don't know
But I
about the
don't-
tradition behind it.
Okay.
Okay.
So You know that these sets of armor are crafted for those in the. Were you not?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Anyway,
Doing that
They were
extra.
handcrafted for those in the diamond crown.
Mm-hmm.
The armor is almost exactly what you have. The cloak is almost exactly what you have too. The sword, however, that is something that is given to those who are in a very, very high spot in the Diamond Guard echelon. Something that you were working for and hoping that this task that you were assigned to would grant you. Very, very powerful sword. You know that the armor and the sword are tailored towards the user. So if somebody else were to try to use it, most likely would be not be able to be wielded by those who are not ready for it, if that makes sense.
So I could hold on to it, but I can't really do anything with it.
You can certainly try to use it.
But knowing me and what the stuff that I know, it's probably not a good idea to try to use
You know that your grandfather was about to get one of these swords and then was exiled. You know that your father never achieved one of these swords. But you've heard tales about them. They are swords that are imbued with the old magic of the dragon gods. You know that they can do multiple things, like multiple elements can be channeled through them. You know that they can grow in size, all sorts of things.
Yeah.
It's basically the crowning achievement. Like, you know how if you play in the NFL, you want to be a Hall of Famer and get the gold jacket? If you're in the King's Guard, you want to get a diamond sword.
Yeah. So as much as I would want to use it, it's probably my how my honor is on this.
There's the honor aspect, and then there's also the aspect that you don't know if you'd be able to contain its power.
Right.
Two things.
Do I know if I have enough room to hold on to the armor?
No, because you already have your set of armor.
So
You could certainly put it on another horse.
if
you
you
wanted.
like another bag or something I can put it in.
Sure. Yeah.
Probably what I'm thinking is I might take the armor and the sword, and if I do encounter Kanyo, mostly here, I got it, dug it out just in case you need it.
Yeah.
But I'm
It also
probably gonna
does
keep
kind of
it all
seem
covered up and everything.
It does seem odd to you that a knight of the King's Guard, even if he were retired, would leave this behind. But from what you've heard about him, he left that life behind. You do know that he gave up his vow or his oath to the crown and took on an oath of redemption.
Yeah. Well, and he's probably be the same thing as me, as he probably doesn't want to
Usually that would be seen.
He probably doesn't want to be seen.
Usually that would be seen as being a deserter if he was in active duty, but since he's not in active duty, since he is retired and granted this kind of position as just kind of the overseer of Brimshire, he was allowed to do so. Honorable man like him, the crown probably didn't have anything to worry about him doing anything that would be not in their interests. He wanted peace. Any other questions?
No, I'm just trying to think of how I'm going to word this to them and how we're going to take this. So,
Sure. All right. You're all good.
You're good.
You should have.
Oh, that's so funny. At one point I was humming this song.
That would have been funny because then I could still hear it.
yeah. Oh, then
He's got
well,
2 years.
I know, I was like,
He's got 4 years. He's got 4 years.
the old 4 years.
Hey, those ears come right off.
All right. Well, either way, I do think that this stuff is definitely too dangerous to let sit here in this house. We'll have to grab a bag and strap it to another horse. I can't carry it on my horse. I've already got too many things. So, we'll just get it all together. And,
I guess Mopsy can carry it.
oh, that's right. I forgot your horse's name's Mopsy.
Mopsy. I don't know whatever, but I know
the
you.
one that Sammy has is a draft horse. It's made for carrying heavy things.
That's true.
But we need to make sure. But we
could try.
Well, we got-
weighing it down quite a lot.
either way,
How much did I say my character weighs? It's a ton.
Like 300 something.
It's a large amount.
Well, it's just carrying an extra spare piece of armor. I think most of the
Mopsy
horses
can
would be
handle it. I don't really wear.
375.
But we need to make sure it's in like a bag or something that's not going to draw quite a bit of attention with it.
I don't. I mean,
Do I find any
is
bags
there a
in
big
place?
bag around?
Bags that we can shove this armor
Does
in?
anybody have a large bag?
No, but there are like sheets off
Yep,
the bed.
that was going to be my next
There we
thing.
go. We'll take a few sheets and wrap it up.
Right? Is that fine if we take some sheets?
I'm passed out.
Well, you are back up, but you did just have
There's a
to lay
quilt or
down.
something.
Yeah, whatever we gotta do.
We need to go. We've
I
got
don't
people
think-
to find, and
I don't
people
think
to run from.
if this stuff is his, I don't think he wants this laying around for anybody to find. So
You keep talking to the passed out one like she can hear you.
No, she
I
no,
thought
I'm not
she just
there.
came
I'm
to
not-
do.
Okay.
But we're gonna
Use
So,
your big
like-
ears, Sammy.
No.
We need to get going.
Yep.
I don't think I have time to stop.
I
You
agree.
probably
Yes.
wouldn't like.
we need to get going in more than one way.
No.
These ears.
You probably
It's
wouldn't
a
like
small
to do that
attention
because it would be eavesdropping. You'd think that might be rude.
Right,
That's probably
I
in
do.
character.
I'm very curious.
I don't even think it's
I'm
probably a good idea to
just
stop and
me.
see Lord Fabian either.
My
'cause
character is hypersensitive.
I was
I'm
going to
worried.
say, do we need to talk to anybody else? But I haven't told you about money. I
don't
suppose they
know.
got it. Perhaps.
If they left,
Hopefully they got it.
then I'm sure nobody knows, and I don't want to expose it to anybody either, in case there's a reason that they ran off and hid.
So, on
Where do
that
we even
note,
go from
I'm
here?
going to close that trap door.
Yeah, close it, put it back, push the bed back.
Sure, all doable. You can leave the house as it was found.
Mhm.
As you do, kind of close the door to the house.
Make sure there's nobody watching us as we're taking this stuff out.
You don't see anybody.
Oh, remind me when
shits
we're
and
done
giggles,
with this
am
stream.
I
I
able
have,
to
we
relock
have a
it?
story about
Make a check.
extra life donations happening in real life.
That's going to be a 14.
Yeah, sure. You have a sinking feeling. Just none of this seems right to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my hand on the door.
It's also very weird to see this set of armor that Booker's carrying out.
Yeah.
You could probably get it in a sack. And
Yeah, I figured I'm probably the one that's holding it out.
yeah, it's
and
just kind
attaching it
of
to
weird
a horse.
though. Like
To a horse.
Sir
None of it makes
Kanyo's
sense.
almost like a monk is how you'd kind of see him. Not like a monk, but like a
Yeah. Like Friar Tuck. Yeah.
Monty Python.
But I would have, before we leave, I'll just put my hand on the door. I know it's locked, but I'm just gonna I don't know where you are, but I'm gonna find you, no matter what it takes. And then just let
You
my
leave
hand
the
linger.
grave dug up.
We'll
Very
have
nice.
enough time to actually refill it.
We can all help.
Do you have like an hour?
I
would
mean,
have
it'll probably go
imagined-
quick if we got enough people to do it.
I would help after I lingered
I'm
at the door
gonna
for a minute.
gather the headbands that are no longer
4 dead people.
And I'm just gonna
I
put them
take it
into my
back.
own bag.
Yeah.
This one
But
back.
no, that's
With all of you guys doing it, I'd say it would take about 20 minutes or so still.
Okay.
You know, you can't have too
You can
many
give us
people
a
surrounding
lovely
the hole.
We
Yeah.
can give these to them when we find them.
You can put the rocks back on top, kind of make it look
Now
like there
I'm
was.
very sad.
Huh?
A savvy-eyed
When he
person
does
probably
say
would be
it, I
able to
just
tell the
feel
grave
very
had been
sad.
tampered with, but from a distance,
Very
looks
sad.
as you left
definitely
That
yeah.
1,000-yard stare has returned.
The horse riders are probably not gonna know.
So you guys have been at the house for maybe like 2 hours now.
Too long. 2 hours.
Probably getting close to midday, like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
Well,
You guys
what-
got there pretty early in the morning.
We should probably get going to wherever we need to go next.
Well,
I don't
Where
know where that is.
do
Where
we need
is
to go?
that?
I mean,
is there any way?
I don't
I
know.
think we need to find a boat and just leave this part of the continent
I'm
entirely.
Was Sir
Oh,
Conyo
get that.
close?
I think we
Sister
need
Maru
to
in the
go.
church.
Very close. You know that she would probably be your best bet for any
Any
questions you have.
clues? Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we should go.
Otherwise, you guys just dug up a grave and
Blindly.
robbed a man.
Yeah.
I feel like
Wouldn't
like
be
we
the
should-
first time, would it?
I feel like we should.
Out of all the shady stuff that Lord Seraphite had you guys do, that's probably
Yes, that's.
not too bad.
We should probably. Sister Mara was somebody that Sir Kanyo trusted, and therefore I feel like we can trust, or I can trust. And she knows about me, right?
I might have some what?
Sister Morrow
Hmm?
and stuff. Okay.
Some allies,
She's a little bit more strict than Kanyo was.
I
He's
just
a little
feel
bit more
like-
fun.
perhaps.
Maybe she can help us, tell us where to go.
Sir Kanyo is more like Nacho Libre when it comes to monks. He's the best. Yeah, he's a little bit more fun though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't.
Sounds like Jack Black.
Alright.
In Nacho Libre.
Yeah.
Get that corn out of my face.
I think we should.
Well, let's just go.
Sir Kanyo's last words
let's go
to you
visit
were,
that.
"You're strong and
Let's
fast,
do that, but we
like a
keep
gazelle."
moving.
But we're
Yeah,
gonna
wait, let's
go,
go-
and we're gonna get moving. We're
Yeah,
not
let's just
gonna
go
say-
visit that sister.
So, if you are in the mindset of wanting a boat to get out of here,
I do. Yes, I think that we need to get off this island. As
you
soon as
know
possible.
that there is a small port that's towards the center of
So
town,
let's
which is
talk
around
to
where the
your
Church of the
sister
Nine is.
and-
Maybe she can help us get a boat.
It's a very small town. There's like
Did we just say the same
There's
thing
like
at the
a-
same time? I think we did.
very small town.
Did
There's
we
like
just become best friends?
Oh my goodness.
there's a like port.
Fuck you, Booker.
Very small.
Oh, the raised
There's
kids, right?
a main like trading station, and next to the built onto the trading station, that's actually the main hall that House Fabian would hold court in and do stuff like that. Really, not too many like stores or anything here. It's not like a bustling city. There's no like Smith or anything like that. Basically, all the trade kind of goes through this trading spot. There are, of course, like like stalls and stuff that would be opened up outside, things like that.
Okay. Well, let's just get to the church and hope.
The majority of the town are like smaller, like huts, houses built very close together. Sir Kanyo's house is on the outside of town.
So Mopsy is okay with the stuff. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, because I think Mopsy's just like Yankee, essentially.
Yeah, they can hold sets of armor on them,
Right.
but
Well, no,
Yeah.
it's not like I'm wearing plate armor as well.
plate armor, people
I don't
have this
think I could
misconception
stand
that it
up.
weighs like 80 pounds. It really doesn't. It's more like 30 pounds, but,
But
just
still,
having it
yes.
on you,
Yeah.
it is heavy.
Okay. Let's go, and we'll figure out ways to get out of here.
It is your town. You should lead
So-
the way.
Well,
You
yeah.
do go. Are you trying to be incognita while you're going?
Yeah,
I mean,
I think we should be just look like we're just regular travelers, just moseying on through.
Yeah, that's fine.
Even know.
I will have my hood up.
You do make your way to the Church of the Nine. Pretty small building.
I mean,
A lot
for a long
smaller. What? What is that face for?
Well, can Bean go in the church?
There's only one way to find out, but as you do get to the church, it's very small.
Can I go in the church?
Let me describe it first, and we'll get there. Smaller church, way smaller than you would be used to, way smaller than you would be used to, way smaller than probably even you would be used to. You're pretty used to it, but compared to the Church of the Nine in Hartmire, it's teeny tiny. It does have a pretty decently sized cemetery outside, though, where Sir Kanyo probably would have preferred to be buried. Rain does kind of continue to fall throughout the day. Uncharacteristic rain. You usually don't get very much rain here. If it does, it clears up pretty quickly. But it seems as if the poor conditions that you've experienced in Hartmire are kind of propagating and spreading.
Rotten.
Um,
Moldy.
There doesn't seem to be anybody like out and about. The city's not bustling by any means, but there usually are people out and about. It's kind of a jovial, nice place for people to hang out. But there doesn't seem to be any like fanfare or any like friendly greetings that you're used to here. Definitely seems off.
No City
The
of
feeling that
Munchkin
you're
vibes.
getting. City of what?
Like the Munchkin vibes.
What?
When you describe like a jovial city, the first thing my mind goes to is Munchkin
It's not the
Land.
Shire.
Yeah, it goes to like Hobbits
Yeah.
or Munchkin Land, where it's.
Yeah.
Nope. You don't really see anybody on the way there either.
Something
Gradania
right?
and Final
Not
Fantasy
either.
14.
Something just
That-
isn't
the happy
right
music.
with this whole town.
So you guys can hitch your horses and make your way to
my
the Church of the Nine.
Yeah.
Okay.
You were
What
good.
if we
Someone
were?
still doesn't seem right. I'm not even going here now that I'm seeing
I
the
don't
town.
know.
Is this?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh,
We're gonna have to do it. We need a boat.
The moon
let's
on your
do-
thing, that's like what
I was gonna say it
that's
looks
what
a bit like the
Pandora's
tattoo.
staff looks
Hey,
like.
I didn't wear that on purpose. It's the only clean sweater I
Also
have.
very close to what the hand tattoo.
It
looks
does,
like.
yeah.
Yeah.
Word life. Anyway. I don't know. When we get closer to the church, there's not really anybody outside or anything.
No, you don't really see anybody.
That's
I
a
really
good
hate
thing.
this so
That's
much.
good.
Well, yeah.
Is this the kind of church where you have to knock before you go in, or can you just go in? What's church etiquette like in this world? Would
Is
you
it a
knock
Catholic
and then
church or
open
not a
it,
Catholic
or
church?
just go in?
Say
In
free
your
helmet.
in the town that you grew up, Brimshire is a lot more casual.
So I can just go in.
Burst on
The church is probably where you would have stayed at a lot of your childhood life after your parents
Yeah,
died.
yeah.
Now, doing that in Hartmire probably be less
Yeah.
smiled upon, be a little bit more taboo to just waltz into a church. But the church is there for those that need it.
Something just doesn't seem right, guys. So I don't know what's on the other side of this door, but I
Would
hope it's
be
just
very
Sister Morrow
polite.
and not
We're
Sister
being
Morrow
raided.
and
We're being raided. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
How many rated?
Welcome.
3.
Be right there.
We're
Hello,
going to
everyone.
church.
We'll take a raid.
Party of the
We're
Parade.
playing
Oh.
D&D.
Welcome to the Menage a Trois.
They are part of the community with Bubby Lou that we raid.
Oh,
sometimes.
sweet.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
That's Vera Fox, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you
Fox
very much
Fair.
for the raid. We
Fox
hope
Fair.
that you all enjoy this as we're playing D&D and heading into
A
a
church.
church. Cersei, what are you doing?
Are we all?
I'm just gonna open the doors.
Going in?
And,
I don't know. Are you?
Yes.
I mean, I did tell you. I would have told you
We'll see
guys
if
to
you
be
bust
ready
in the
for whatever's
flames.
on the other side.
So you do all enter the church, small church. There's a set of pews, kind of leading up to this altar. You feel, the weight that's usually on your shoulder latch on a little bit harder, and you hear, only you can hear this, but I feel uncomfortable in this place, mistress.
Oh, Bean. Do you want me to wait outside?
I will go where you want me.
I can wait. I think I need to step outside with Bean.
Okay. Well, I
Bean's
guess
a
you
bit
can keep an eye on what's
uncomfortable.
going on outside.
I mean,
If you want to, sure.
I
So
don't-
you are conflicted because this does seem like a
talky moment.
talky moment. Yep.
Is
Bean,
Bean kind of
do you-
like a familiar?
Well, you don't know.
To know.
You don't know.
Like familiar.
Bean,
you can bam from out.
Why don't you go? If you're just maybe sit on the top of the church or don't sit on. Maybe there's a tree. Maybe a tree. Can you wait for me outside? I just don't want you to be uncomfortable.
And you
Bean.
feel, he's invisible
As I'm
at the
talking,
moment, but
it
you
might
do
be a
feel
language
him.
inside this,
You do
yes.
feel that weight on your shoulder leave,
Yes, I just want to make
as
sure.
your
it's not
familiar
uncomfortable.
does not, as the
But
imp
do I-
on your shoulder does
hawk.
not seem to be present anymore.
Yes. Okay, he's all right. He'll find me again.
He was invisible.
Oh, he was. Okay.
Yes, he was not a hawk. As strangers digging up a grave with a hawk on their shoulder didn't seem like the best
perfectly
idea.
natural.
That sounded like a perfectly
Yeah.
sane thing
It's
to
always
say.
perfectly
Perfectly
just people
splendid.
walking around with a
Perfectly
pet
splendid.
bird. Large pet bird. Anyway,
Cersei, you walk into the church, take a look around. Up at the front of the church, against the altar, you do see an older woman praying. From the back, you do see her, and it's like almost like on the brink between like middle age and elderly, maybe like 65, something like that. You do see a human woman, sharp green eyes, auburn hair streaked with this kind of like silvery, very simple, elegant robes with the symbols of the 9. Get a bit of a feeling of comfort seeing a familiar face as you do
So
approach
that was
her,
my
and
question.
she
Can I
does.
tell it's her?
Yeah. Yeah, she does look at you, and you just see her sharp eyes grow a little bit warmer as she sees you and smiles. Cersei,
Just tomorrow.
it is great to see a friendly face.
Yeah, it is. Why?
What brings you in town? It has been, what, 2 years since you have made your way around us? Cersei. What are you rolling for?
Panic attack.
Whether I would tell her the truth or whether I would.
Cersei, things have changed in these last 6 months.
Is she whispering that to me? Is that
Yes.
okay, I'm just. Deaf me needs to know these things.
Yeah.
I would just lean in and.
I am sorry. And she does embrace you.
Well, that kind of helps. And just hug her back and I'll find out who did this. Do you know anything?
What questions do you have, my dear?
All of them.
I know a lot of things.
The town just seems quiet, empty.
That's better than the usual chaos going around. How long has it been since you've been here? 2 years?
Yeah.
Well, you should know that your friend Hewitt no longer is in charge. His brother returned with a fleet of pirates. Took over.
Interesting.
You will remember the deal. The commerce that Lord Fabian Huter had set up with the hill tribes for them to trade here, and in respect they did not see our town as a threat. That has been thrown to the wayside as Hamlin has taken over with his bloodthirsty pirates. So between pirates being in charge and the forest tribes attacking every so now and then, it's not been great. That with the death of Alikos and Sibel and Sir Canio, he's the only protector of the church. Things have been rather difficult.
Can I do like an inside check to like see if she's genuine? Because
Sure.
I don't know.
If she you mean like if she genuinely thinks they're dead?
Yes, like, or if there's something more.
You don't hear it, yeah.
Holding back.
It's a natural 20.
Sure.
What am I doing? It's a
Natural 20.
what am I adding to it? I forgot. I'm sorry.
Insight.
Insight. So 22.
Yeah.
I don't.
She doesn't seem like she's lying at all. She seems like she's genuinely sad. There is a bit of disconnect whenever she says that they're dead. Like there's a bit of a question that she might have, like she doesn't quite know. But that's
Didn't
also
see the
the truth
bodies.
that she has been told is that they have been dead.
Okay. How did you find out that Sir Conyo and Alikos and Sybil had passed?
Somebody came in to pray and they mentioned that there were 3 headstones at Sir Canyo's house. A really sad thing. Cersei, I will tell you, many come here to confess things, to pray for things. Not a one, and Lord forgive me that I'm telling you this, as this was said in confidence, but not a single soul has first-hand account as what happened with Sir Canyo and your siblings.
What did she? I'm so sorry. What did she say? She said she.
No one can say how they die.
Okay, that's what I thought.
There's no
There's no first-hand account.
accounts as to their death.
No
So
one
it's
can
all
say,
somebody
oh, they were
said
stabbed.
They're dead.
or-
It's not somebody actually knows.
No one can
Okay.
even say who buried them.
Yeah, they just saw the graves in the soup.
Okay.
Nobody was. No first-hand accounts from either their death or their funeral. Just people talking about the graves. If I would have had it my way, I would have buried Sir Canio the way that he wanted, facing the north in hallowed grounds. I don't need to tell you this, though. You know. It would
We'll
have
find out what
taken.
happened to him.
It would have taken quite a remarkable individual to kill Sir Canio. You've heard the stories, but he was a formidable opponent for those that wished him harm. Hard to see, seeing as how he was when you knew him, but
We'll figure out who did this and make sure that they see justice.
good. I hope that you will make Hamlin see justice also.
Yeah.
Rumor has it his brother is imprisoned and he soon plans to ship him off beyond the Dam of Fire and exile him.
Ooh.
Yeah, you guys would all know about the Dam of Fire.
Mm-hmm.
Don't like that.
It's in Ruby Row, a region known for its volcanic activity. Probably a couple thousand years ago, they all got together and got all the mages and builders together, and they built this gigantic dam sealing off the entire western portion of Ruby Row. And since then, that's basically where like tall tales have come from, of, like these great fire lords, evil demons, devils,
So
the plane of fire. That's also where they exile people beyond the Dam of Fire. But it's literally like a dam that just like cuts that entire area in half.
That's not where they exiled Hamlin, was it?
that's actually gonna
That's
be my
where
next
they're
question.
going to.
No.
No. When they first exiled
Oh, when
him.
they. Oh.
Well, Hamlin was exiled,
not in
and
that
Hamlin
sense.
was rumored. There's never been any confirmation, but it's where he is rumored to have gone because that entire area is kind of a hotbed for piracy,
Yeah.
also. But yes, Hamlin was rumored to be around Ruby Row.
And you said that this happened about 6 months before where we are right now in the game, in the campaign.
Yeah,
Okay, that was when Hamlin came back, and then
that's what.
you said Hewitt.
Yes, that's what Sister Mara was telling you.
Okay. Sister, I have to confess, we can't stay long. I can't. We're being accused for crime that we did not commit, and I know that sounds bizarre, but we can't. We have to keep running.
The 9 gods know your truth.
I'm glad somebody does.
But you are in a world that does not always listen to the 9 gods.
Yeah.
Do what you must.
I don't. I don't know where to go. We don't know where to go from here. Like, I don't know. We're kind of at a loss. I mean, I would look around at you guys and just.
Well, if we were wanting to get a ship and get out of here, that's going
Yeah.
to be more difficult now that there is a...
There's pirates.
Yes.
I
Not
can put on
just...
an eye patch and I'll look like a pirate.
I don't think that's going to be enough.
I don't think we'll be able to bargain for a ship
Not-
from pirates, so I
It's-
think we may want to. Well,
It's
I don't
not
want to see
just
this in a church.
pirates.
It's the tribes
a
too.
Yes.
pirate who has been scorned by his country,
Yes.
by his city and country, and the world.
Do you guys remember what Hamlin got in trouble for?
He was trying to do what his dad was doing.
Yeah,
and
so
that
his
was-
dad
He
led
was like
that.
helping.
His dad led that uprising.
Yeah.
Because during the initial conflict that is basically the Cordobas versus House Leon, and House Leon overthrew House Cordoba to become the king. during that conflict, Lord Hewitt Favion, or Hewter Favion, who kind of made this whole trade post a thing, he didn't choose a side during it. He's like, both kings, both people that said that they were king were like, hey, don't let this person trade there. Don't let these ships through, that kind of thing. And he was like, I'm keeping my hands out of it. And then once King Leon became in power, he's like, you didn't help me during my uprising. Fuck you. So he basically removed all any sort of funding, heavily taxed them. So then Hewter Favion, the guy that built this entire place from the ground up, was getting fucked by the crown. And he was like, okay, well, I'm going to go start doing embargoes on these ships. I'm going to maybe blow up a few ships. He wasn't necessarily bloodthirsty, but kind of just an anarchist.
Yeah.
That is when Favion's uprising began to happen. That is when members of the Diamond Crown were sent out and basically snuffed out an uprising.
Yeah.
Lord Favion then pledged his allegiance to King Leon, lived out the rest of his days serving King Leon, swore an oath. I guess not an oath. Well, yeah, that probably is what it is. But not oath as in a paladin, saying, I would never take up arms against you. Then as his sons grew up, Hamlin was like, my dad was right, I'm going to start doing that again. And then when he started doing that, his dad was like, no, you don't do that. We said no. Get out of here.
Yeah.
So he doesn't
And then upon his death, he
Yeah.
let his youngest son, who never uprose, be king. Not king, lord.
So am I correct? And this is I guess out of character question. But the son that was in charge when she left was like, I'm following the rules.
Mm-hmm.
But now the son who's like, fuck the crown, I don't like the rules, is now in charge.
The pirate, yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should talk to the pirate.
That Hewitt Favion, the one that is in charge of the youngest brother, his nickname is the Reluctant Lord.
So he didn't really
Right.
want.
And you know that the oldest brother was known as the Exiled Heir.
I think we should talk to
And
him.
you know that Hewitt, the founder, who is dead, was known as the Defiant Founder.
Yes. But he wasn't really defiant because eventually he started following
I mean,
the
he
rules.
was technically,
Yeah.
Right.
but
Just quietly
Scorned.
defiant, yes.
not quietly.
He caused chaos and anarchy.
Yes.
And then his son, he got squashed.
Got squashed.
Yep.
And it was basically bend the knee or we're going to kill you.
Right. But now the one who didn't want to bend the knee is back, correct?
The son who wanted to take up his father's crown.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
So I think we should talk to him. That's
How
what I
do
think.
you suggest we do that?
Well, we can.
I'm open to
Look at
hear.
I'm trying to think. So, how much insight or just general... I mean, obviously they're pirates, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're pirates and they're roguish and they're against
That's
the
what you've been
rules.
told.
But I think they would appreciate just a very brazen, hello. Within the, knocking on the door and saying, I don't like the people you don't like. Perhaps we can be of service.
But the problem was how we need to be able to get that message to them.
Well, they're here right now, aren't they?
I don't think they're docked here.
Why do they?
You have no idea.
Is the
we can be
pirate lord? Is the pirate? No, can I ask?
I mean,
the,
I wouldn't
the
know.
sister.
Sure. You can ask Sister Mom.
So is the lord? Is he here?
She looks at you and just gives you once over. There is a great darkness in your soul, my lady.
I love this.
But yes,
That's a bit
Yes.
rude, having just met me. But
what's rude is walking in my church without wiping your feet.
oh,
she
that
does
is
look
rude.
at all
I
of
do
you.
apologize for that. I do know better than that.
But yes, Lord Hamlin is here. He is Lord Paramount. Make sure you address him as such.
Lord,
He is here with his
Lord.
nasty group of bloodthirsty pirates. Yes, Lord Hamlin Favion.
Lord Paramount is what he
Yeah.
likes to be called. Hamlin.
He likes the pageantry, is what you kind of get.
Because he's been out on the seas, slumming it. Of course, who wouldn't?
He is here with his 2 brutish pirates. One they call the Red Wake, and the other the Lord Pirate.
The Lord,
The Red Wake.
and the Lord Pirate.
I was hoping one of them would be called the Wreck.
Nope. If anybody would like to make history checks
I would,
or anything
absolutely.
like that to see if you know the pirates, is Vivian
Red
well versed on
Wake.
pirates?
Yes.
You are well versed on pirates?
No, I was
No.
answering his question. I don't think so. I mean, I could see her liking to read stories in her spare time of,
I don't think I would.
the romantic
Unless
version
Kanye
of pirates.
You definitely wouldn't.
Trashy fiction
And
novels,
Sammy, you wouldn't
perhaps.
know either.
No, I've only been.
You 2 are the only ones that are probably well versed enough to.
God, I can't roll for shit.
18.
The Lord Pirate, that one's kind of a question mark. But the Red Wake, you know that it's a vicious mountain of a man pirate. Most people say he's like either like a brooding human or like Goliath size, something like that. With that 18, you would know. Yeah, you would know his name. Thodath Dre. Thodath. Dre, Dray. Also, with that 18, I'll say you know that his family has a history of violence and uprisings leading back several generations, like 150, 200 years ago. There was, and with your past knowledge of places that you've been, you know that there was an occupation of a town in a continent away called the Maroon Marsh that one of his ancestors, 2 of his ancestors, were a part of. One of them on the oppressing side, one on the liberation side.
But who
And
is
with
on
that
here?
18, I would say you would know the names
Dre, yes.
Yes.
Icon and Decidius. Out of character, you guys all know them.
We sure do.
Decidius was one of Lazarus's generals, and Icon was the one that helped you. But you know that this is one of his descendants. Probably Goliaths live a short amount of time. Probably great-great-grandpa.
Okay.
Maybe like 4 generations removed.
Okay.
But
Right when you said Dre, I clocked it.
his family does have a history.
So
I believe that your character that you played in that one shot also had family ties to that too.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying that we should just go talk to Hamlin
If
And you don't know Hamlin.
no, but I'm just
I know, but I'm
Here's
just
the
saying.
thing. Oh, I
You
wouldn't-
know
Here's the thing.
Hewitt very well.
Yeah.
You know Hamlin as like you would know your friend's older brother.
Here's the thing.
just know the name, just never met.
Yeah, you maybe have met him a few times,
But
but
not any
What I'm
significant-
saying is,
You might have.
we're in
you're not
short.
tight.
Okay.
No, you're not. Well, no. What
Me
I'm
and my homie
saying
Hewitt,
is,
he's in the clink.
That we
He's
might.
gonna be
that
in
we
the-
if
have,
we just
we
go
have,
to the docks and steal a ship, then we're just going to be pissing off pirates. We've already pissed off the authorities. But we have something in common with pirates. The authorities don't like us. We don't like the authorities now. They also don't like the authorities.
The only
And
other thing is that we're gonna have to persuade them to risk.
well,
their
yes, we have
necks.
to offer them a reason to even care. And that's what we need to figure out, because you can't just go to a lord, pirate or not, and say, "Hey, will you help us and give us things?" and be like, and then they say, "Oh, what do you have?" And we say, "I don't know. We don't have anything really."
Or you say,
we
"This is
perhaps-
what we have," and they say, "I will take it."
Yes.
You get nothing in return.
So, what we should perhaps approach it as is, listen, we're in a bad spot. But we have some skills, and we want to leave. Do you need anything done? We'd be happy to do it for you. We have some
a very
skilled criminals.
specific set of skills.
Yes.
I mean,
That's if they don't try to enslave us.
well, perhaps,
we
but
do actually have some gold. We can probably pay for some
oh,
passage.
we don't have nearly enough gold to impress them. I don't think.
Well, just to
I've
pay
got
for
20
passage.
gold pieces.
Stop.
She, so Sister Morrow will say to you, Cersei, be very careful. Be very, very careful.
About.
The pirates.
Okay. A minute ago, she was just saying that she's the devil, basically. So I
didn't
need to be.
say. Well,
didn't?
no, she
She
just.
didn't directly
She
say
just
it.
said she's got
She
a
said
troubled
there's-
soul.
There's a darkness in me, which I thought was a bit rude,
Isn't
but
that what they said about the devil? The darkness in him. Anyway.
Oh, if you read the Bible, there's a darkness in all of us.
There
it's true. See,
Um,
forgive me,
just
sister,
don't
for I
know.
have sinned, and will sin again.
I mean, we could take the risk and talk to the pirates, but like, what if that doesn't work out and they turn us in?
Oh, what would they say? They can't turn us in.
They're
They
not
don't.
going to turn us
They
in.
can't
I don't know
talk
if
to the
nobody
authorities
knows
either.
yet.
They don't want. They don't want those same authorities to know they're in control. He was exiled. We play on the sympathy of that. We say, "Oh, we're so impressed. We've thought you should have always been in power." And fuck the crown, right?
Let's go
Fuck the
see.
crown.
Let's go see if they need any of let's see if we can
Sell swords.
Yeah, I was going to say just see if they can use any of our services, and just see if they
Listen,
Dip our
do you know how
toe
you
in
become a pirate?
Negotiation, and then if it's too cold, we leave.
exactly.
I don't.
Leave to
Well,
where? That's the
And
problem. We need a
we-
backup. We need an
do
option.
you,
We have horses we can run.
Rob,
in.
not related.
but I mean,
Maybe.
None of those names ring a bell.
listen, he rebelled once.
Minus
And
one.
that's what got him in trouble, right? So,
Yours were more like swashbuckling.
what is he probably looking for? He's probably looking for other like-minded people because he probably wants to continue rebelling now that he's back. He's got even more incentive. He's like, they kicked me out, those bastards. So I'm sure he'd be more than happy to at least indulge listening in other people who are like-minded in terms of rebellion against the crown. Fuck the crown. I'm going to continue saying that.
Are you guys all like-minded in that regard? As Vivian begins to say this.
Well,
I'm okay to do whatever because I don't align myself with anyone.
I wouldn't say Hewitt was my
friends.
BFF, but
Listen, no one is more independent than pirates. When you think about it, they answer to no one.
Except, this one's a lord pirate, and so people probably.
Well, yes, there's pirate hierarchy, but it's still a bit of a mishigas.
You probably have heard
I'm
the
not
term Lord
anti-authority,
Pirate,
that's
but you
what we're
don't know like any
debating.
name or
I'm
face
just
or
saying
description.
based on
What is
I know, but he had asked us our.
symbol I'm using.
well, anyway, either way,
What has authority done for you, Butler? Am I
I
right?
mean, when Hewitt was in
not
charge,
for the quite late.
I know he
lately.
hated it. So I don't know if he still
It
hated
might have
it
been
at
a
the
different
end, but
store if you asked
He
me
didn't
that 2
really
years
like
ago.
it. So
He
I
was
mean,
just trying to do his best with what his father
I'm glad
wanted.
that he's not in charge because he
Right.
didn't want to be anyway.
There
I'm
was
just
still-
really fucked up that he's just going to get exiled.
There
when-
is still peace.
Maybe.
And also Hewitt, from what Sister Morrow has told you, hasn't really been seen or heard from. There's rumors that he's still in exile. There's rumors that he's been killed. There's rumors that he's going to be exiled.
What if we offer to take him? If he's still
I don't
around.
feel right doing that. I still,
I'm not saying we really
from
have
my
to do
point of
it.
view, I grew up with Hewitt, and he
I
never
know,
wanted to be
but-
king. But it seems wrong
but-
that his brother's just going to punish him for what he
Not
did.
king, Lord.
Huh?
Lord.
Not
Lord.
king,
I
Lord.
mean,
Lord,
I
sorry,
understand,
you know,
I
I'm so
understand
sorry.
that.
The Lord
I-
Paramount is kind of what you call the ruler of like an area.
Lord,
You
Like
know,
a
like,
I'm saying,
like,
what if we
like
pretend?
the crown
We don't
sees
even have
them
to
as
pretend.
having
What if we
like
just say, well,
jurisdiction
we'll
over an
take him.
area.
We'll get him out of your hair.
I mean, it would feel better than knowing that he might.
I'm not. I mean, he
The-
might be dead, so
I mean, he could
we
be
need
dead.
we
yeah,
need a
that's
backup plan.
Word up
but-
to my homie Hamlet, but
Hamlet?
Hamlet.
I mean
Hamlin.
Hewitt. I mean, but,
To be
Hamlin is
or
the
not
pirate.
or not
Right.
to be.
I was going to grab a skull. but
Hewitt
they're
is
all
the little
over there.
brother.
That is the question.
that is the question.
So what, I ask, what are you guys
Oh,
doing?
I want to talk to the pirate.
I
Hamlin
guess
Fabian was the pirate.
he is. I
Hamlin
totally said
Fabian
wrong.
is the pirate.
Hewitt is the brother.
Hamlin is the pirate.
Hewitt was
Hamlin and
the-
Hewitt are brothers.
Yeah.
Sorry, lots of H names.
Yeah. That's
I'm so
okay.
excited.
That's okay.
It's like it's a
Um,
family name or something.
I actually don't have that page up on the World Anvil, but I
But-
can relatively shortly.
Sister Mara, do you know where in town we can find?
Well, you know, it's at the main
main
hall.
He might
connected
have
to the
taken
trading
residency
post.
somewhere else.
In
'cause
what?
he's a
One of the
pirate.
tiny little huts? He might be on.
Pirates don't like to live in nice
He might be
places.
on his ship. There are 3 ships in the
See?
harbor.
Well,
why we have
I think if
I'm in
he's
grief. I found out my whole
he's
family is
imposed
gone.
himself
Oh,
as the lord
you'll
upon
get
this
over
place,
it.
he's probably going to be at the
Yeah.
nice place. I am assuming.
All right.
And when
let's
he
get
says
places
nice
on
place, you know the place that he's talking about. It's not very nice.
it.
No.
It's not.
But
My
you know what
house
you
is
mean.
nicer.
More than 2 rooms.
We're just gonna go. Is that what we're doing? We're just gonna go.
Yeah, we need.
That's-
Well, do you have a
we
better
got-
idea?
I don't. I'm just
I
asking
don't
because
think
if I
we
was going
should
to, I
steal a
would say
ship
my
from
goodbyes.
pirates.
I would say
Yeah,
my
it would probably
goodbyes.
not
hard
be a good
enough to
idea to
steal a
get the
ship.
pirates.
Well, you guys
apart-
discuss. I'm going to take a leak real quick because I've been drinking too much water.
Too much water.
Water.
What
No,
do you
I only
think,
asked.
Mark?
I only asked because I'm going to say bye to Sister Mara if we're going now. Like
You're
that's
quite
all.
Well, we need to go
Sales-
now because we
sales-
need to keep.
Not
we need to keep
salesman,
moving.
but sailor.
Sailors.
The term is a sailor,
Yes, I'm
yes.
sorry.
I mean, I've sailed a time or two.
Yes. I saw it because we sailed down the river Styx.
Wait a minute.
Maybe you shouldn't tell a sister of the church. that.
We probably keep
already-
a little
already
bit
does
doesn't
have
like me.
Oh,
some stuff
a little
going
bit
on there.
hush about being
I
able to-
just-
The 3
Hell.
horsemen I saw
She's
earlier
just-
are from the
What?
city we just came from.
I don't know.
Oh, I think they would.
I
have,
don't
I
think
think they
so.
would have come after us already.
Could have been.
Don't you think so?
I don't know.
I mean, if I
They
would have,
might
I would have
be-
been like, "Halt! Who goes there? You're wanted."
It's fine. I really think
They
we
might
do
be-
need to go talk to Lord Paramount, whoever he is.
That's what I think.
Okay, that's fine. I just asked because
I will
gotta
say-
bye. Not just
to
to get,
add to you the thing about the horsemen, they might be the ones from. They might be actually from the pirates.
That's
Yes,
right.
it's possible.
well,
So,
they can't be from the tribe.
One way or another.
Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, our only.
Could
What
be
are our
anyone.
options? Our options are stay on this part of the continent and probably get caught eventually.
Let's go talk to the pirate.
We will. I gotta say bye. Harrison's not here. I
I know.
gotta say bye.
Well, but I'm just talking about the other options.
What if those...
Option 2 is steal a ship from a pirate, which that
we
seems.
make it out of the bay.
Then we're just making more enemies.
We
And
only
listen,
got one
again,
person to
What do we
pilot the
have?
ship.
What do we have in common? Say it with me now. Fuck the crown.
We are criminals.
That's true.
That
Fuck
too.
the crown.
Okay, let's add that all together. Let's add it all together, Sammy.
God.
We are
Aggressively
criminals. Fuck the crown.
I think you should be the one to talk.
mic off while I pee. Don't worry.
You should be the one to talk
Think
to
about
him
that
then
when you
when
went
we
up
get
there.
there. I think you should be the one. But anyway.
I didn't want the mic to ring on.
My dad
Obviously,
I
gotta go to the sea monster.
They could all.
All right. So
But we do need something to sort of offer to make ourselves seem of value.
remind me how much money you took out of Lord.
We have a bunch of horses.
We
so
gave pass
we don't
around
need
20 to
any more.
everybody.
Oh, but I like Moxie.
I probably need. We technically
I
need
called
2
mine
horses.
Bach.
How about you let me just wrap this up and we'll go. We'll go.
Let's go.
Sister Morrow, thank you. And
Be
it's so
safe,
good to see
dearie.
you. Just if anybody asks.
Safe. Most of the people you knew growing up, they've either fled or they have died. They died. This is a strange place for me, even stranger for you. Be careful.
We
didn't
literally
see us.
saw no one on the way to you.
We
Unfortunately, that's how it is now.
answered that, Sammy. We're gonna go. We'll talk about it on the walk.
Hopefully you see nobody on the way to Lord Favion's. Lord Paramount Favion.
We did see 3 horsemen, though.
That is not a good sign.
We need
If
to
you
go.
add one
We're gonna
more,
go.
it gets
We're gonna
really
go.
bad.
Yeah.
The pirates under Lord Favion's control like to snoop around and keep tabs on
I'm
any
sure they're quite
outsiders, so
bored.
I'm sure they know you are here. They probably know that you are here talking to me right now, and they don't like
So
when
see, they know
people
we're
ask
here
too
anyway.
many
We might as well
questions.
introduce
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm
ourselves.
saying let's go. I
Let's
already said
go.
my peace
Yes,
out.
all right.
Let's go.
I'm so
Let's go.
out of character. I'm so excited to talk to pirates.
She'll put her hands on yours and say, "My dearie, I do hope you can bring Sir Canio and dear little Elikos and Sibel peace."
And just kind of bow and then
And away we go.
beeline out.
So as you do leave, you do. Who would be the first one out?
I've
Well,
already
imagine
darkened
she
the
probably,
door.
because she knows the
So you
way.
do
That's
open it
true,
up,
yes.
and you do take a moment. You kind of walk in a little bit, just flustered, and you do look up, and you see about half a dozen men on horses. One of them, two of them are kind of off their horses, and they're kind of like gripping the reins on your guys' horses.
Oh,
Shit is all
I
I'm
think
gonna
they-
say.
I think they,
You do kind of walk. Are you walking towards them?
I mean, I don't
They do
really-
see you guys, and
They know we're there. It's
hello.
not like.
will you?
we were just about thinking about to go talk to you.
First of all, we don't know who did the talk.
very lovely horses you have here.
Yes, that's Mopsy.
Interesting cargo you got on board of them too.
Oh, man.
And
Yeah, you should.
so as they do say that, you see that all of the like stuff that you guys had tied to the horses are now on their horses.
Oh, that's not good.
I tell you, the men we had to kill to get that armor.
Make a
God.
deception check.
Come on, just
Look
let
at
me, let me roll good.
I
Let
know.
me roll good.
Lord Paramount. It's probably not in this
Okay,
group
that's
of
not
20
bad.
men, right?
Certainly not.
No, I didn't think so.
Deception.
Yep.
That is 15.
I imagine you have killed people, my lady,
Unbelievable.
but Sir Canio's family crest embossed on that makes me think otherwise. Well, that's great. Lord Favion's been looking for this armor since he died.
Oh, darn.
Come with us.
Yes, absolutely.
Lord Favion would like to meet you.
I'd like to meet him. He sounds
well-
fascinating.
We hear that you've been poking around places, asking questions that don't need answered.
I think I have every right to ask those questions.
I think you have every right to come with us too.
I wasn't denying that part, but I'm just
I
saying.
would
I'd
also
love to.
caution you not try to do anything with the armor.
I'd caution you to shut your mouth.
And your mama.
Listen, we're all guests
So
here.
the
in-
man that says that to you, small in stature, you could probably whoop his ass.
I know.
But
other 19
the
men? Probably
other 6 guys around him make it seem like it
Listen,
might be a little bit
we
difficult.
Oh, I know. I'm
We
just,
are
I'm
in
just,
the
I'm just
presence-
cautioning him because bad things might happen if he tries to.
we are in the presence
Says he wants it to
of
wear it.
lordships,
I'm just warning them.
attendants, and we're on your turf, so to speak. We wouldn't want to mean any disrespect.
Great, we are in agreement.
Absolutely.
As you do look at these guys, not like any like city guard you guys have seen. Even you, Sammy, being in this realm for such a short time, this does kind of look at a place that look a lot more rough, more ramshackled. You would see their garb as pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
they're not.
They haven't. My stuff isn't out of the bag, is it?
Yours.
No, but they have
Okay.
Your
all of
That's-
your
that's all I
bags,
care-
all of
okay,
your
that's-
possessions
I just want to
on
make
their
sure my
horses.
stuff isn't out in the open. So.
Not yet.
No, but it seems as if they know what is.
They're going to
I'm
take
pretty
our
sure they take a
stuff.
peek of what my stuff is, but I just want to make sure that
Thanks
it's
for
not.
bringing that up.
Oh boy.
Getting 2 sets of armor.
Yeah. Oh.
I know Sir Canio had one, but
I told
where
you.
did you get the other one?
He was a bit of a troublesome fellow.
Initials BH on there. With a nice,
Booker T. Huffman?
with a nice, almost like a bull or an ox embossed on it.
He was a...
I don't know who that knight would be. I don't know a lot of knights.
Well, you don't need to know him because he's dead now.
The Lord Paramount would like to see you now if we would like to
Yes, I would love
stop talking.
Oh, well, we can walk and talk, whatever you prefer.
So, are you guys doing anything before you go?
I got nothing.
I'm making sure my friend is back on my shoulder, if that's all right.
He's probably invisible.
Well, I know, but I can feel him.
You do feel, as you do step out of the church, him get on your shoulder. So you do walk out, and you are flanked by 6, 7 guards. They do keep their hands on your reins at all times if you do choose to ride your horses.
I do.
I'm staying with my horse.
I will.
They do keep you a good distance away from all of your
I
stuff.
bet they do.
I will ride my horse because I feel like that's a sign of trust that they're not going to lead me astray.
They do take you to this main kind of trading post that's close to the docks. You do look out to the docks. You see like 4 or 5, not big ships, but medium-sized ships. A few of them are, they're not clean. Like nothing that you're certainly used to, Locke. Nothing that you guys have been on. You don't know.
Yeah.
But a few of them do have red sails, like a ruby red sail.
No fun.
Lots of like cannons, stuff like that aboard.
Cannons.
They do look nicer than the ship that you took in hell.
Well, that's
I will say that.
That was a very nice
I
ship.
would
I don't know
hope
what you're
so.
talking about.
fever
ship.
dream.
As they do bring you guys inside of this kind of like main hall area, dark wood, kind of just dingy, like just being close to the ocean has kind of just caused this place to always have like constant like mildew and rot to it.
Yeah.
In fairness,
but it's
the whole
not
island
too
sort of
bad.
has that, so...
Yeah, it's not too bad,
Yeah.
but they do strip you guys of all of your weapons,
Fuck.
all of your equipment.
Fuck.
Are any of you trying to hide anything
No.
while we do so?
No.
What are you trying to hide?
You know what I'm trying to hide.
Oh, you're okay.
Yep.
That would be doable, but you're not hiding any like,
Not
weapons or
weapons, no.
anything.
I'm not really hiding
Okay.
anything, but I would not
No,
want them
So don't
rob
do-
a man of his walking.
Make a persuasion
You
check.
didn't take the wizard's staff!
I'm not fighting them if they take it, but I'm gonna hold on to the doll that I have. The
I
little
don't
doll.
really
I'm not
have any
giving it to
weapons.
They wouldn't take the doll.
Okay, good.
They'd take all of your weapons, all of your
That's fine.
inventory that
To
could
use
be.
deception.
Sure.
I mean, I think I have a crossbow, but I'm not bothered if they...
It's a 10.
They're taking it. They're taking it.
Reroll. Because I also got a 10.
Rolly.
14.
Please tell me you rolled a 14 too, because that'd be really funny.
He did. Oh!
And he smacks you on the back and sends you inside.
Yeah, I don't... I guess I
So-
have a crossbow, I think, but...
You do enter this hall, and you can kind of see like there's like a hitching post. Everything kind of to the left looks like there's kind of entrance. You see through these doors, or not the doors, the windows. There's like shelves with some like goods, basic like food supplies, things like that. Where you're used to is the trading post, but then to the right side of it, more of the housing area.
Yeah.
You do walk in, small, dingy, smells a little bit like rot.
And
The first thing you do notice, though, is, there's like 25 to 30, like, boisterous pirates around you, all having... there's a long-ish table, maybe like 15 feet long table with these men kind of gathered around it. At the head of the table, you do see... let me read you his description here.
lecherous glances.
Cersei, you would recognize him. Looks like a older, beefier version of Hewitt. You do look what is like his older brother. He's elven. He has, kind of like lighter brownish hair. Different garb than you would have probably seen him in. He looks a lot more rough.
Yeah.
A lot more ramshackled. To one of his sides, you do see towering in this chair a large Goliath. Kind of scars all over his body. He doesn't have a shirt on. It looks like he might be missing one of his eyes. It's kind of hard to tell. And then you look to his other side. Kind of this nice, like, blue-lined, like, really fine-looking coat. Kind of a bigger hat with a feather in it.
I was going to say, does it have
A little bit more of a regal look as these eyes, although everybody kind of does set on you guys. And everything does kind of come quiet as the man in the middle does stand up out of his chair. Gentlemen, we have guests. And they all...
Huzzah!
And he'll kind of gather everything back down. What do you want?
Well, to me,
Cersei! I haven't seen you since you were this big, messing around with my kid brother.
First of all, that sounds awfully dirty. This is very weird.
Take your mind wherever you want it, my dear.
I was going to say, I think you made it dirty.
Lord.
Were you too soft on each other? Is that what that look in your eye means?
oh, she's saucy today.
Good to see you too. Paramount.
You know my title, good.
I've heard some
Lord
things.
Paramount Hamlin, indeed.
Yes,
It's a lovely title.
it certainly is. And as he does smile, you kind of see that he has kind of these gold in his teeth.
That's good.
Like gold in his teeth, and then kind of like when you get up towards the gums, it looks almost like blackened and kind of gross.
We love that. At least you sound like
I'm not
Bear was
saying my
listing red
character.
flags and but he has no teeth. But at least he has some gold.
At least he has one.
Yeah. At least his gums aren't completely rescinding.
No, they're just black.
Well, I think
He
congratulations.
needs to floss.
Congratulations are in order. You've returned triumphantly.
Congratulations have been in order for the last 6 months, my dear.
Well,
and who might you be?
My name is Vivian Witchwood.
You know what to roll.
Oh. Oh no.
That is a 6.
What's your passive perception?
10.
You see everybody just kind of like nod and look at you.
Right, sure, yeah, that's your real name.
You see,
Well, I am glad to have you in my humble abode, Miss Witchwood. Now, I must ask you and your lovely group of adventurers, Cersei, what are you doing in my settlement? Why were you poking around, let's say, Sir Conyo's house? Why were you digging up graves? Why were you going to the lovely Sister Morrow and asking her all these questions? What is it that you want?
I wanted to see my family. Didn't know that was a crime.
I wanted to see my family, too. For 15 years, I wanted to see my family, but my father wouldn't let me.
Okay.
because of that damned crown. Also, I hear.
You hear correctly.
It's just a shame they have so much authority on all of our lives.
I hate nobles, the entire bunch.
They're all awful, and they lie to you, and they make you promises, and then they don't deliver on those promises, and then they just end up trying to kill you in the end.
Or,
I'd ask you to make a deception check, but that's true, so I won't.
or You go one wrong way in the wrong direction, you try too hard, and then they kill everyone you care about.
That's why I have the mentality of you either kill the nobles or you turn them and make them join you. Isn't that right? And he kind of smacks the fellow with the like blue trimmed coat and the hat next to him, as he does kind of just give you guys kind of a daggery look. He does kind of look you over and really focuses in on you two.
Makes sense.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Well, this entire room is filled with enemies and friends, my dear.
They do often collide, I
So what do you
suppose.
want?
Well, I mean...
Why are you here? Why shouldn't I kick you out?
Oh, well, we're in a...
Maybe I should employ you. The hill tribes, the forest tribes, we've heard that they're going to attack soon, so maybe we do need extra swords here.
Oh, well, perhaps, but... I mean, we wouldn't... We're in a spot of trouble, you might say. You see, we recently awayed from Hartmire, and they're a bit cross with us.
Are you the 5 that I received the letter about then?
The very same.
So you should know that there's quite the price on your head.
Oh, that's probably...
5,000 for each of you.
Oh, my. Maybe I should turn myself in.
30,000 for the lot.
That's a pretty good price.
As he does say that, you do notice like a noticeable shift in the room.
Oh, shit.
It grows a lot more tense.
Well, yes, but think of it this way. If just 5 of us were able to get past all of those guards and all of that security and murder Lady Pale Arrow, we're a bit more than just simple sellswords, aren't we? Wouldn't you say?
Now imagine what those 5 could do without any weapons or any equipment, being surrounded by all of my men here.
Oh, I wouldn't. I would never threaten you in your own threshold. That would be, first of all, rude. Second of all, foolish. We're outnumbered, clearly.
Did you say that 30,000 for all of us? Is that all?
Yes, that is.
That we happen to steal about 50,000
No, don't.
worth of valuables from the
Make a deception
Lord
check.
Pale herself and buried it somewhere on an island not too far from
Make a deception check.
Can
I
I
hope
just,
you make him roll that at disadvantage,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
can we make it clear that we're like, come on, Sammy. I'm not a party this.
Bro, I'm just trying.
I don't know if you guys can read the room of where it's going. It's not going anywhere good right now.
No, but that's not...
Even if I believed you, how would you have gotten on a ship, sailed
Oh,
to
it's
an
worth
unknown
a
island, come back here? The letter got here a few days ago. 3 to 10 days is how far you've been gone. That's a short amount of time. Unless any of you are expert sailors, I don't think any of this would have been possible.
Well, Locke's quite good at sailing, actually, but... Just putting out the points of interest.
I'm sorry, but I think you know what happens next.
You give us a ship.
How about this deal? Since you're looking for some muscle to take care of some hill tribe people, how about we help you with that and you give us a ride to wherever we need to go?
I think I'll take the 30,000.
You said it
I want
yourself.
that to be more valuable if we actually. Help the
No,
problem
because
that we
they'll
have.
just...
So,
No, they'll just come for us anyway.
as you guys do say this, you see the blue-coated individual. His hat kind of covers his face. It's kind of hard to see. He does kind of have like this, like piratey looking, mustache and beard combo. We haven't been able to really see his face. He does tap him on the shoulder and leans in, and he begins to talk to him. He says, "Excuse me a moment. I have to go talk this out." You see him get up and go with that individual. As you do see the large Goliath stand up And he kind of looks you guys over. You were surrounded.
Bean.
You guys doing anything while this happens? What are you saying to Bean?
Bean.
Yes, mistress.
Do you sense any like yourself around by chance?
Do you sense any what?
Anything like yourself around by chance? Okay. I wanted to make sure we didn't have other problems.
Well, hello, big fella. What's your name?
Sweet Jesus,
Fuck off.
It gets worse every second.
Oh, that's a lovely
I'm
name.
I'm just trying to be friendly here.
Are there
I'm
any?
not trying to be threatening or anything.
This is an out of character question. Are there any
Um,
lady pirates, or are we literally the only
Nope,
ladies?
just men.
Oh boy.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Oh boy, we're in
So
danger.
you, as you do try to talk to him, you feel a pat on your shoulders as one of the big other pirates. And you do look around this room. It's rough. Like Sammy,
That's why I wanted to know.
Sammy would look normal. Sammy looks
Right.
normal compared to what's here. There's like creatures, weird
Like Sefurigan
beings,
and all sorts of things.
like tridents, like turtles, do all kinds of weird people.
Realistically out of character, that all sounds
But you feel a pat on your shoulder. I wouldn't go ahead and piss off the Red Wake there. He'll fucking hang you to the front of his ship and keel haul ya.
I wasn't trying to. I'm just trying to make friends.
You know what keel hauling is, don't you?
Do I know what kill highway is?
Like a history check.
Okay.
You know what keel hauling
yeah.
is.
That's pretty cool.
You
That's
kidding, bud?
15.
Yeah. So basically, they do an entire rope around, like, so the ship is here, you know? Let's say this is the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Sails are here. They put a rope around it, and then they tie you to it, and they just basically do like a rotation around on the rope and grind you along the, like, all the barnacles and everything.
Yeah, so if you don't die from drowning, you're going to die from blunt force
You're
trauma.
going to have it worse than Feathers did.
Who's Feathers?
No, I'm not.
My man.
I wouldn't piss off the Red Wake.
I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to make friends. I'm just trying to have a bit of a pleasant conversation.
You guys doing anything as Hamlin and his associate
I'm
speak?
just
No, because I value my life.
yes. I'm just making sure my cloak is more around myself.
You do see
I imagine some of these men have not
Seen a lady in a
lain
minute.
with a. Well, they've been here for 6 months, so any ladies have probably already had their unpleasant
You
experiences.
see this guy in the blue kind of like point, and he points at you
Yep.
and at you.
Figured that.
Yep.
Do we see? We do
And-
see that.
And they
just giving Malcolm a
do
look like-
finish their sidebar and come up to you, or return to the table. New deal. You're free to go. You two are staying.
Sit. No, I'm just playing.
Anywhere that
See
she
ya.
goes, I go.
That's fine. You can stay. You two, leave.
Anywhere that he goes, I go.
Well, I have no attachments anyway.
Well, what will it be? Are you all staying?
I don't
I
have
guess
a choice.
it seems like we're all staying.
Yes.
Are we having a pod?
Shackle them. So do you guys resist as they begin to
I
shackle?
don't really have much of a choice.
It's like 20.
25 to
Well,
30.
that's-
We can take them.
I will
Without
ask
weapons?
that you
Lord
can
Paramount.
see.
Do you guys resist at all?
I don't have any
No.
magic.
I would ask Lord Paramount, though.
As long as they
So
don't
what?
hurt
So
me,
is
I won't tell
is your brother dead? Is Hewitt dead?
No, that's what I mean, though. We would have had.
It's part of the fun, isn't it?
We got to the house.
The suspense, the secrets.
I just don't understand why you're
As you
punishing
do
your
feel
brother.
these manacles be tightened around you.
He didn't even want that job.
Yeah. So they do keep them in front of you, but they also do them to your guys' legs also, unless you guys are doing
Oh.
anything. This one's a freak! They do, they do,
I
they
think
do
this
take,
one's a bit loose.
yeah.
I never took a long rest on my character sheet, I don't think. Did we take a long
We
rest
did
before
while we
going
were.
there?
Yes.
Yeah.
When you said earlier you didn't have any spells, that was weird to me.
Well, hi, Sam.
I just,
So we've got 2 VIPs, 1 freak, and 2 normal people.
I used to
fun.
hang out with your house.
So, are you guys doing anything as they manacle you?
No, I'm just saying
There's
things.
not-
I want to know in case there's any like
No, I'm not resisting. I'm letting them
BS
do
you
what
guys
they
want to
do.
try to pull.
No,
Well, they took
I'm
all
just
my
glad
shit,
that
so-
I happen to have.
You know, I'm just
A
glad that
bean.
you got my size.
So,
Do we get captured or do we try to
Hey,
escape?
remember when you
that's
said I did?
that's why I'm
I'm
asking.
not
What are you
saying
guys
this,
doing?
but I just want
I
to
don't
point
know
this
where to
I
out.
don't think there's anything
I
we
just want
can
to
do.
point this out to Rob. Remember
What?
when
What?
you said I don't need my key? Well, it turns out I might need my key soon.
So what are you guys doing? Are you letting them shackle you?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do.
To the brig. So
that's
as
my
you guys are
favorite
shackled,
place.
you're kind of marched down. You can't move your feet very far apart from each other.
Great.
I would
This
have
one's
gone
supposed to go
willingly.
clink, clink,
This
clink,
is
clink,
so
clink, clink.
unnecessary.
Yeah, they are.
How loose does that manacle feel on my
They
leg?
tighten it all the way.
Yeah, they noticed
I
the
didn't know.
skeleton.
To the bone.
Would have asked. I would have gone willingly. So
This is a little bit of insurance, my dear.
Has the guy in the blue?
And he walks up to you and does whisper.
Ow, my ears. Secrets don't make
Turn off
friends.
your mic.
This guy's a
do you
bitch.
have to do that?
And he totally
Sorry, it's
is
in my
making
pocket.
his brother suffer for no reason. That's all I'm saying.
You just see her go.
Okay,
you
what
just
was
see
your
her go
question
very.
about the guy in the blue?
Have we ever gotten a better look at his face?
Yeah.
You just see her go very pale.
As you guys are being escorted to the brig, he does kind of tip up his hat. You two can make
Please
Just
let me roll just one.
history checks,
I'm
I
going.
guess, to see.
You should go do the history.
You don't have to.
Anything good.
Can I just say while
Oh,
we're
that
being,
was better.
while we're being walked?
16.
Once we're done with this, yes.
16.
Yeah?
16.
We'll go with you first. He has a beard now. Darker, grosser looking. But you know this as Valeric Marbrand. Another lord. A lord of Amho, whose family's fortune was brought to a halt by House Dayshield. And he basically ran away from home when he was a small boy. But House Marbrand and House Dayshield were closely knit. House Dayshield was the paramount rulers of Amho. You two also notice this. His coat and his robes underneath, very fine, pristine, almost magical quantities to them. You three close your ears real quick.
Secret,
It looks like Lockshirt. You definitely know.
Even with the same pattern?
Like with your house symbol on it? No. Okay. But it is of the same make.
The same make.
Gotcha.
And the way that he's looking at you, he does know exactly who you two are.
Oh, I know.
He does lean into you as you're leaving. You kind of pass him by the table and says, "Hello, Amos." You guys are good.
Okay.
So you guys are led down the basement. You know, a few flights of stairs as you get down here. You've probably never been down here before.
No.
But you do know that there was a dungeon, kind of like a little holding cell.
Not gonna lie, when you said brig, I thought they were taking us straight to the ship.
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
That's the impression I had. I'm sorry.
They're not going to put you on a ship.
Not yet.
It's too easy to
It's easy
escape.
to
Abscond.
abscond away,
Um,
especially for you.
Yeah. So you're taken down to this jail in the basement. There's a smaller room, 4 cells in the basement of here. Air is thick, filled with the stench of just like sweat, filth, mildew, grossness. A few candles lit, pretty dark. I have dark vision.
Not yet.
No.
Um,
I'm a little
do
human.
half elves not have dark vision?
Half
Oh wait,
elves
yes, I do.
Half elves do.
It's fine.
Some sort of.
I think I'm the only one.
You're the
Well,
only
you
one
probably
now.
have it.
Well, yeah.
There's.
Don't you have it?
It's pretty dark. Kind of sounds like you're in a cave. There's the occasional sound of like bloop,
I don't think so.
drip of water.
I don't think so.
Not a
I meant to
huge
say I will
room.
have
The
that
cells look
soon,
like they're maybe like 10 by 15. There's 4 of them that line the walls. But these like thick, grimy iron bars, they're gnarled with rust. Yeah, doesn't look great. You three, Locke and Vivian, you two are put into one cell.
Oh, great.
You three are pushed into the other.
Fuck.
So we're
Are we
across
on
from each
side-by-side
other or
cells,
side by
or-
side?
Let me get out my thingy and I will show you exactly what this place looks like.
Okay. I just in
Well-
relation to them and their.
Look at the bright side. This is a lot nicer than the ones that we had in the hell.
Well, yeah.
It's a Mr. Murdoch.
Murdoch.
So this is the stairway that you guys have come down. There's a cell here, cell here, cell here, cell here.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
And
Which cells?
Which cells are we in? I just need it for the visual for me.
You three are right here.
Okay.
Okay.
You two are right here.
Okay.
so this
Okay.
next
So we
week.
are kind of. We are.
I didn't know if
side
they
by side.
were going to separate us and put us across from
I
each other.
can't do a cell. No cells.
They push you in.
No cells.
Before they leave
and
and
you
go away.
hear heavy locks and heavy chains being wrapped around.
Before they leave
It's alright,
and go
sorry.
upstairs or wherever.
I
I'm
think
just
it'll be
gonna-
alright.
I'm just gonna yell. You know, it's not fair what your father did to you, but to punish your brother who had nothing to do with it is just cruel.
You yell that, but the people that brought you down here was not him.
I'm just saying it out loud. I don't care if anybody else tells somebody. Snitch
Okay.
on me. I want them to. They aren't gonna tell them. I know that.
I want you to snitch.
I just had to say it.
I'll
Somebody
pat-
had to say it.
I pat Sammy on the back. I think it's gonna be alright, Sammy. I think it's gonna be alright.
They didn't unman. Did they unmanacle us or did they just throw us in?
Oh, they left you manacled.
That was why I was asking.
Oh.
'Cause
Oh, did you jump up there?
Just
I
now
picked him up.
getting out of here.
He's very easy to be picked up.
yeah.
So as you guys do sit down here, are you doing anything? Are you looking around?
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything that looks like it's like how? I mean,
You guys
do
can all
these
make
look like they're-
perception checks if you'd like.
Yeah, I was just curious to see if these.
Do I have on?
Lock.
Nothing.
Lock.
You have your walking stick if you kept that. Actually, no, they would have kept the walking stick whenever they
I mean, what
manacled
about
you.
my cat?
Yeah, I think you have the hat on.
So do I
My
have
key.
my key?
Well, wait.
No,
Been around my neck.
I thought that your chain was around your neck.
Oh, right, but I feel like I would have kept the key. Maybe I wouldn't have kept it around my neck.
They probably would have taken the key.
Might be in my bag. Might be in my bag.
Yeah.
So I have my chain. I put a cat on stick.
They would have made an old man part with his walking stick.
At that point.
They probably would have been kind of grossed out whenever they like wrenched your hands down. They're like, ugh, this doesn't feel quite right as they grab onto your kind of exterior disguise.
Right.
Yeah.
It's fleshy and weird.
Well,
But it was a tense situation, so they didn't press.
as I can't be in here. Where are the pirates still here?
They do kind of walk up the stairs, so you are.
Any of them left behind?
There aren't any like
windows.
windows or anything like that. Stone and iron is what you're
I
surrounded
could
by.
turn into a mouse.
Okay.
Get 'em all-
well,
well-
we-
Doesn't do us any good,
Well,
but
unless someone else
I
can
could
carry
go
the
and
keys.
things and bring them back.
I do.
That's a hell of a risk, buddy.
We
We don't
can't.
have anyone to
Wish I
back
could
up for your
try.
cot. It'll just be you.
Well, look, I'm going to be honest with you. If it makes you feel any better, I don't think they're going to kill us. Yet.
No.
They're not going to kill
Yes.
you two. I think they will kill the three of us.
I think they're going to turn them in for even more money.
Yeah, because something tells me.
Because something tells me they always lock in eyes with Locke and Vivian.
It's not just
You
because
guys
she's a
are very
lady.
special.
Oh,
You're
boy.
special too, Sammy.
You're such a special little guy.
I'm very little, right? Just like my family, maybe.
You could have left, Booker. I wouldn't have blamed you.
You know why I couldn't.
I mean, I feel like if we're wanted together, those who flee from a crime together stay together.
I feel like
And-
this rule is going to get us all killed.
And
probably.
also, I do kind of consider you to be the daughter that I never had. So
But real
Oh,
families.
did you actually say that out loud?
If they're alive and they're safe,
Oh.
then
Oh,
that's all
What
I
if
want.
they're
Booker.
alive and not
why
safe?
would you say that
It's
now?
a risk.
We
So
can
tug at
find
your
it.
heartstrings.
We will.
Did you hear what he just said? Oh my goodness. Well, I can't believe you would say that now.
As you say that through prison bars.
What did you say? You brought something in your prison wallet?
I got the shiv.
You know,
I'm not getting it out.
that went from very heartwarming to gross.
Because I'm not reaching in and grabbing anything.
That is not the discussion at all that was happening over
That's
there.
why.
Oh,
What's a
Jesus.
prison wallet?
You don't want to know.
Another time when we're not locked up.
I'm going to
I'd rather
find
have
us
this conversation
a way
when
out
we're
of
out in
this.
fresh
I
air.
promise.
Fresh
Maybe I'll
air.
keep my key in
It's
there
your
next
fault.
time.
Our fault.
I mean, it's my fault.
Just lean over and whisper what it is.
I don't think it's any of our faults. It's not any of our
my
faults.
fault that
You
you keep
keep
getting
things
into
in
these
there.
messes.
No,
It's
he
all
doesn't.
my fault.
I thought that's what he was
It's
saying.
not your
If you weren't attached to me, you
The
wouldn't
key
be
will
in all
just
this
get
trouble.
stuck.
Don't put it anywhere near there.
And I'm
It's
sorry
an
that
exit,
you
not an
keep getting
entrance.
dragged into it.
It's not your fault.
It's for
I
poos.
knew that what I was getting into.
I don't think you
Why do you
really
get
now,
two
but
prison wallets?
maybe.
That's not.
Either way, but it's either way. I'm here.
What
to
are you
the
guys
end.
doing?
I rolled a
while you're
16.
doing
I'm talking about
perception
anatomy,
check.
apparently.
Well,
I rolled
Sammy,
a
what's
one
your
on
passive perception?
So
Pretty good. 16. No, sorry. Yes, 16. 16. I was looking at my
This is
password.
just
So as I
cruel.
do talk, you two see in this cell here, in the very far corner, a little bit of movement as you're.
I hear someone in that other cell. There's more than just us in here.
sorry to disturb you, whoever you
Can
are.
we? It's too dark to see who
There's
it is.
some candles lit. You do see, well, like a person
why did this turn?
in the corner,
It
back
decided
turned.
it didn't want to play your music.
Hewitt?
Who said my name?
Oh.
It's Cersei.
As you see this very weak, haggard, skinny individual lean over, and he, with all of his strength, stands up and kind of delirious. Hello?
Oh,
You do
God.
look and you see. So, you four. You guys know what Hamlin looks like. This is
Yeah.
like a younger, skinnier, dirtier, malnourished version of him.
It's so terrible.
Looks to be his younger brother. Hello?
What
What did they do to you?
I don't know. I've been down here for so long.
That's what they
I
didn't do. They
lose
didn't feed him.
track of everything. And he just collapse back
I
down.
kind of feel really terrible about making him stand up, but he chose to do that.
Yeah, he was kind of just like barely hanging on. But he does. You do see him now, but he is passed out with his eyes closed, laying in the corner.
This is bullshit, and I'm gonna shake the bars
I'm
with my
going to
hands.
use Balm of the Summer Court on him.
What does that do?
As a bonus action, by spending dice from the pool, you can restore HP to one creature you can see within 120 feet.
Okay.
And give them one temporary point.
So you see him
But I'm just going to do 1d6.
wake back up, and he does push
Okay,
himself.
it's 2 hit points.
He does
Lucky
push
guy.
himself back into the corner and lean. He's very, very weak, but he is awake.
He's functioning. Okay, that's good.
Needs
It feels good. I'm so hungry,
Well, once
so thirsty.
once we get out of here, we'll make sure to get you all the food and drink you can handle.
We're gonna find a way to get you out.
I can't.
Murdoch.
Cersei?
Yeah, it's me. My voice cracked.
I
for some
thought
reason.
you left.
Yeah, well,
I'm hallucinating, aren't I?
I wish you were. I wish you were.
No.
It's me. Just like any other time we got in trouble when we were young. I will find a way for us to get out of it.
I'm hallucinating.
Well, for sure, because I was the troublemaker problem.
He does talk, but he does seem very delirious and
Yeah,
with
but
it.
makes sense. He hasn't had food and water for a hot minute. Makes sense.
He looks bad.
Yeah. We gotta get him out of that and ourselves.
All right. Well,
I'm not saying
I think we got. I think we
You're
got
just
a
not
couple
saying-
ideas.
Do all shackles have, like a keyhole?
Yes.
Hey, I can cast alarm
Lock?
if
Should I try to...
check the.
Here's the thing. We don't know what they're going to do with us.
My other fear.
And that's just going to make it
I'm gonna
worse.
kill you guys. I think they're
That
gonna
is
kill
my fear.
us.
That's what I think. I think we save that for last resort. Also, I'm still not very good at it. I'm sorry.
So, as you guys are talking about this, you do hear footsteps coming down. You see a few guards, and with them you see 3 prisoners also with their hands shackled.
Oh, joy.
They
Let's hope we get a
do,
little bit more for this
with
party.
their weapons drawn at you guys, open up and push these 3 inside of the same cell as you as they...
That's those 3?
Oh, I
Then
think
like,
everybody
you
was
guys
all
see
Any of
TR.
these people?
No,
Thank you for being
you do not.
Okay.
They look like thieves. Like gross. They
Why don't we
look
scoot
like
over to the
you've
side?
spent enough time around criminals, as they do all stand in the doorway. These guards that do that shut the door and lock it again as they do kind of walk back up the stairs. You'll see the one, make sure you keep it down, boys.
I
Yes,
am
they do
afraid.
walk
I
up.
am the only woman in the cell.
So you
with them.
see these 3 guys look at you guys, and there's a bit of nervous energy as they look at you as they pop off their shackles like they were locked in the first place. And you see each of them kind of like grab like a handmade like knife shiv kind of thing.
It's gonna be great. We're gonna be dancing,
As they do.
and dodging shit. That's not gonna work out.
Make their way to you with murderous
Ill intent.
intent.
Malicious
We're going to end the session there.
This is bullshit.
I see my hands.
I guess I need.
I might have to kill her.
You guys are about to get prison shivved.
Great. So that's better than the alternative. So
DM question: can I divine smite with my shackles?
We'll find out in 2 weeks.
Thank you.
You are not proficient in improvised weapons, so no.
damn it.
Thank you, everybody who joined us tonight. Thank
For the
you,
$100 donation, wherever that came
whoever
from.
donated. Thank you for the raid, Fox. As always, we are playing for Extra Life. We're playing games, healing kids. That donation link is down below. The other thing is Give Back Game On, however you want to talk about it. Thank you, Andreas at Fantastical Filaments. He does our miniatures for our games. Thank you, Julian at Astral Grave. He's the one who did our Potato Place Gaming logo, as well as those fancy little character portraits you see up on the screen. Yeah. And as soon as we figure out our name, there's going to be a picture. There's going to be, you can buy that in the shop. but we need to figure out what we're going to call our group first.
Yes, I have some ideas. We need to pop around.
But we'll figure that out, and then that'll be in the shop
Booker in
as
the
well.
prison pockets.
I was
No.
gonna say the jailbirds because we've gotten out.
I don't like that. That sounds.
Hell's Ring. I think it has to be something with hell, because that's where we sort of
We'll figure it
bond
out.
in.
We will figure it out. Visit potatoplacegaming.com. There you can get to our latest streams. You get to our scheduled
You're the
events.
only one to walk down
You
with some
can get to our Extra Life page. You can get to our shop, which, like I said, that will be on it eventually. There's some other cool stuff. For every $5 you donate and say Falcon Punch,
Captain Falcon.
F-Zero, F-Zero-X, you'll be entered into
Harrison's helmet.
potentially win a Captain Falcon helmet made by our good buddy and our great DM Harrison. John is doing a thing. If you it's a cumulative $200 donation and you say something about Spyro 2,
Play with
one-handed controller. He's gonna play with one hand, and I like how Harrison and I did that at the same time. He has a one-handed controller. He's gonna play Spyro 2 with. We also have a lump sum $1,000 donation, and John's gonna shave everything from basically his neck up. And I'm trying to talk.
2,000 will shave everything from his neck down.
I was trying to talk him into 1,500, and we wax him, but
on stream.
On camera.
Waxing might be a little
Wax
tough.
the
I don't know
eyebrows.
if I can handle waxing.
just your eyebrows.
That's gonna hurt.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's for the
If you have Amazon Prime,
Thin enough.
You could just do the threading.
if you have Amazon Prime, you get one free Twitch Prime subscription each and every month. We'd love it if you use it with us because that helps us with this cool little studio that we do our D&D stuff with. It'll help with the new table that Harrison's working on for us.
That'll probably be June or July when that's done.
Well, you got
Wait
school
till
to finish
school. Yeah.
We're still excited.
Next week, we got some Nikki at Night
It's gonna be
action on
awesome.
Tuesday. Imagine you're probably going to play.
We're going to do a thing.
You're
for
going to do a thing?
We're going to do a thing.
I assume it's going to be Rivals.
Maybe.
Probably. It's going to be a thing of some kind.
We'll play a game of some sort.
Wednesday, John's
That'll be
gonna go retroactive on us.
Yeah, I think it might be continuing some more down the road of maybe the NES or the SNES. I don't know. What we'll see. I've been kind of finding a lot of fun little like one-shot games to play. So mainly because there's a YouTube channel that I've been watching, getting a lot of good ideas for. So.
Play
like
Dragon's Lair.
Nah, well, he just like shows like games. to
Come
play.
summertime, we'll have a lot more stuff planned for you.
We
Be on
have
the lookout. We have quite a few things.
we have
Oh, yeah,
some
we have a lot of
fun
cool
things on
things
the
to do.
horizon. For anybody watching right now, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. Go ahead.
No, Como.
Nope. Oh, I should talk about that
Yeah.
first.
Oh yeah,
In April 15th,
19th.
That's what it is.
I don't know what that voice was you were making.
know. Potato Place Gaming is going to be in Columbia, Missouri for the Como Retro Convention. We're going to be running a Tetris tournament there. We're going to have some retro games with us, some free play. I'm going to have my magical dice machine, $1 donation to Extra Life, and you get to spin the little thing, get some dice, and I'm going to print off a bunch of 3D fun stuff that could potentially be prizes too.
Yeah.
One of the reasons I bought that printer. Also, in April, it's going to be the return of the Singularity. We haven't ran the Singularity in a while. For anybody who is watching or listening, if you want to participate in a one-shot with us, with me DMing, it's going to be completely online. Doing that for the opportunity for our community to play together, playing different things. I know I have some friends, some other people who have been interested in playing more D&D, more games, and this is an opportunity to have it so we can get more of our community together.
We love
We
collabs.
are also very close to launching our community Discord server. I know we have the one Discord that we kind of use right now, but this one will be more for
use. Yeah.
community, for scheduling stuff for the Singularity and other community gaming stuff that we're going to do. So keep your eyes open for that. Anybody else have anything else?
I believe you said something about the live in-person donors. I thought you had something else. We had some donation-wise.
Nick,
You
you
told me
got
to
it.
remind you.
Let's see if I can remember. No. This was just something I was going. Well, no. Actually, I would like to. I don't need to be in an accent anymore. I would like to mention that we do talk about a lot about extra life and its importance and things like that. But John and I actually had an experience the other day where we were out doing a meeting over a thing, and we were basically telling people about extra life and how important it was. And one of the people we were speaking to said, "Hey, my child was in the neonatal care facility at Stormont Vale, and specifically, most of that was paid because of funds from Extra Life."
Yeah. So we actually got to see somebody who got helped in real life in our hometown.
In our community. So it really does go back, and those people are there. Because a lot of times we think about, like, you know, when we think about sick kids, you think about cancer and all those other things that can happen. But it is, the money goes to so many different things that happen all the time.
I did not mean to break that. I'm trying to bend it back the way that I was.
You just seem so overwhelmed.
He's so excited to help kids that he broke it.
Yeah.
I was just trying to bend it back.
It really
curving like a banana.
Pissed myself.
Yeah, no, it is. It's something that is actually quite amazing to see that, because
Yes.
we don't always get to see.
We don't get to hear the stories a lot,
happen in real life.
This was, in fact, a person here in Topeka specifically whose child was under care, and Extra Life helped pay for a lot of
Yeah,
her
like,
care.
that
I think he
means
said like
the-
3/4 of it
Yeah.
got
the
paid.
stuff
by
that
Extra
you
Life,
do
so
to help
which
us
is
out
amazing.
in Extra Life. There is your proof of the great cause that we do.
Mm-hmm.
And every little bit counts. I mean,
Yep.
you don't have to donate $1 bajillion. You can just donate $1. If
You
that's
could
what
donate
say.
$1 bajillion.
I will say, on that nice little somber moment, we will catch you guys next time at Potato Place Gaming. Peace.
Poop.